Sweet.
No, you didn't glitch out. Okay, thank you for waiting for us. Sorry, I finally figured this out. We are here, so go ahead and you may
Sorry
leave.
about that. Hey, welcome everybody. We are Saves vs. Death, and we are going to be playing Monsterhearts today. We are doing the stream in honor of Suicide Awareness Week, and just in general for mental health awareness. We are joined with the amazing Pengi, who she's lampside, so this way.
This one.
Uh-huh.
Hi, it's me. I'm Pengi.
This is Pengi face reveal, so it's exciting.
It's my face.
That's her face. She has one of those.
I do. I'm clearly wearing a human mask. I just was not comfortable with
three penguins in the
with my three penguins. I got worried. So
hey, thank you for the cheer. Oh my
That's
goodness,
amazing.
thank you so much for
That's
those
amazing.
bits.
Thank you.
do we
That's
have
awesome.
a hype trade? You guys
Not
have
yet.
a hype trade going?
We always do. We currently we do. It's close. It's close.
Almost.
Let me introduce everybody else, and then we'll talk about the game and the characters and why we're here and all that good stuff. But I wanted to point out Pengi because, yeah, she's on camera for a change. On this side, we have Jess.
Hello.
The amazing Jess, who plays Moxie 11 on the regular scheduled game that we do on Saturdays. On this side, we've got Blank, who plays our GM on the regular game. He will be playing a character this week, and so turnabout is fair play. And down here, we've got Hades Driven, who usually plays, I almost said cast, Deeps on the regular game.
What a way to start.
Jeez.
Hit him in the feels.
Deeps on the regular game. So,
God, monster.
I know, right?
Too hard, too quick, man.
I know.
hard,
I
too
apologize.
Angsty teenager.
I'll slow it down. So initially, when I set up the charity, it was set up to be 250. We are currently at 200 raised. We've moved the goal line to 300.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
The big reason for that is because when we hit that goal line, something surprising will happen in game that will change what's going on. The players don't know about it, so we'll see how it goes.
Should be cool.
Yeah, for sure. We are playing Monsterhearts, as we discussed before, which is kind of a teen drama like you would expect anything on the CW. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's Charmed. It's we got hype train level 1.
Ready?
So we got
ready?
Do the choo choo.
3, 2, 1, choo choo. 3, 2, 1,
1.
Choo choo.
I did it.
Yay.
No problem.
And the fact that everyone's secret a monster, because it's not public knowledge that not everyone, because there's a lot of mortals in the world, but our players are all monsters, I believe. Mortal is an option, but it's kind of a hidden secret and a metaphor for mental health and, all that kind of good stuff. The charity that we are working towards is the Trevor Project, which I will put up or somebody else want to put up a donate on the thing.
Yes.
They do a lot to help the LGBTQIA plus community with crisis counseling and suicide prevention. And we wanted to, give them a hand up so that they can help out others in the community that are at risk. Yeah. Before I get going too much further, I would like to pass it over to the characters to talk about what their character is. They don't need to necessarily say their monster type if they don't want to. We can discover that in game. But the last step of character creation is creating strings, which is ties. It ties the characters together. It's relationships and things like that. So we will be starting with that here in a minute. But if you want to tell us, Pengi, a little bit about your character.
Thank you for the
Oh yes, thank you so much for the gift sub.
Yes.
Yeah. It's awesome
Thanks.
of you.
Oh, thank you, Soul.
That's amazing.
It looks like you guys hit level 5 on your choo-choo, by the way.
What?
Like
Yeah, you
Just
guys are
happened.
200. Yeah, you guys are at.
I'm not prepared on the 5-person one.
Well, bro. Where you at, yo?
Yeah,
Show.
Pengi, you have your sweet level 3 glasses, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got glasses. See,
All right.
I can be cool too.
All right.
I
Put
want
on
to
the
put mine on
glasses.
just so I can match you.
Right.
I'm a
Yeah.
cool kid.
Plus, saves the battery that I definitely have been charging.
Oh, before I pass it over to Pengi, though, and before we do the hype train thing, I do want to start with some type of trigger warning. This game will explore dark content. This is unlike when Blank says it's a dark future. I don't expect any players to die, but it is dark content, so if you are not prepared for that, just be warned that that is something that can possibly happen. Hard to take me seriously with these glasses on. I apologize. I just realized how problematic that was. Oh, I love your I love yous.
It's backwards though.
Is it? Oh, it is backwards. No, it's not. You're good.
No, it's not.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the right place. I'm in a different place today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
I've already got this.
I'm backwards.
Oh yeah. You're
Anyway.
the backwards one.
But I also wanted to say we are taking safety precautions. If any of the players we run into something that is too problematic for them, they can always just say X, and we will back off of that topic. We already have discussed lines and veils in the past, so we know what each other are more or less comfortable with. But if in the moment something gets too real, they can always say X, and we'll back down. So, Pengi.
That's me. So I would love to keep these on, but
Yeah.
I cannot actually see my character sheet. So I need to pull those off and definitely clean them.
For sure.
So my character's name is Nina. Nina is a gender fluid individual who lives in a foster home. They are seemingly one of the only failed adoptions. They just never got any perspectives. They've always had a rotation of siblings their entire lives, and they seem to be the only consistent. Everyone calls them 9 for whatever reason. Maybe it's because they're the 9th sibling.
Hydrate,
but
everybody.
hydrate or you dihydrate.
Thank you, M2.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
M2.
We had some sort of. We got the level 5.
Yeah, I told you.
We finished the level 5 hype train.
We were max.
So are we on level
Maxed
6
out.
now? Jesus.
No,
that's
it only has
weird.
5.
Such a 5.
Done. Thank goodness.
Oh, thank you so much, Race Freak.
Thank you.
You for waiting.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes. Thank
They
you so much.
are an overachiever. They are perfectionist in every way. They're in photography club, drama club, student council, yearbook, creative writing, speech debate, robotics, swimming, tennis, science club. Also taking care of their younger siblings because their parents work too many jobs because Kind Hearts doesn't pay the bills. So
Sounds like you're real busy.
This will just do
I
that.
am so busy, and I try to maintain my grades and exams. Yeah.
Thank you for the gifted sub, Race Freak. Appreciate
And
you.
thank you for the follow.
Thank you for
And
the follow.
Yeah.
I can't even keep
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, and Void's
Thank
Teeth, thank you for
Thank you.
following.
And
Void.
thanks for the
It's amazing, guys.
follow, Void's Teeth. Interesting.
And yeah, Voids is really cool. They're the one who made the poster for this
Yep,
event.
Void's Teeth
Oh,
is the one who
thanks,
made
man.
is the artist.
Yep.
For this event.
Appreciate you.
So
That was awesome.
Next week I had to look which side he's on. Next we'll go to Hades to talk about his character a little bit.
All right. My character is named Anders.
You are
They are
that way from me.
what?
Nothing.
He was confused about his
I'm
location
sorry.
in the world.
I'm sorry. I'm just being so disruptive. I swear. I'll be quiet.
No, we do that to you constantly. I really don't feel like we have anything to say.
It's turnabout's fair play.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, if we're, if somebody else is going to play God, then. Name is Anders. I come from poor side of town. My mom works all the time. Dad is a drunk and abusive asshole. I've kind of made my own way. I go out, I earn money. Have bought everything for myself. I have one younger sibling who's a step sibling. So kind of that. They're bubbly, personable, outgoing, but they have another side to them that doesn't usually come out.
Oh, and I forgot, because this is powered by the apocalypse, you have little descriptor words other than your secret third one, if you want to say those just as flavor text.
Is that like looks, eyes, and origin?
Yeah, but you don't have to say the origins if you don't want to reveal it yet.
So looks, they're pretty tiny. They're small, very dainty is the word I chose, and they have very piercing green eyes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so next we will go to. I have to figure out what side he's on. We'll go to blank.
I am playing Silas, who up until a recent accident was a pretty active member in a photography club. He's the kind of kid that was known as the artistic kid. He still got artistic edge, but his art has become darker after this accident. His name is Silas. He has hollow eyes. And he wasn't exactly like the most outgoing person before, but now he's become kind of detached and I guess detached is the word I'm looking for. Yep.
Awesome.
That's all I
No, you nailed it in one, because you got all your descriptors and everything in there, so that worked out well. Jess.
I'm easy because I'm just on the side. It works.
Yeah.
I am playing Evelyn, or she goes by Eve to most people. She came up in a middle class, kind of like perfect, she had two parents. She's got an older brother. Her parents are very, though, focused on grades and apply a lot of pressure. Her brother, of course, top A student, valedictorian, top athlete, got a full scholarship on athletics to university. So he is the golden child that they spend all their attention. And why can't you be more like your brother, despite the fact that she is very meticulous in her looks, always studying, one of the top students, despite fighting for it a bit with Braden. She is in student council. She's the secretary, and as much as she's very nice and she loves to listen to people and talk to them, and a lot of people seem to like her, she's not part of any group specifically. A lot of people like her but aren't her friends. They don't get close to her. They're just like, oh yeah, Eve, we know Eve's cool, but she's never really fit in anywhere in high school.
All right, so I am going to say the premise of what's going on in our world, and then we will start making some strings and then begin playing the game. So the premise is that each of these characters in some way, tangentially or very closely, knew a gentleman named Paul, who was a sophomore at their high school, which was Glenmont High School. And Paul recently passed away of a drug overdose. And his older brother Andrew has invited each of these people and a couple of NPCs that you will meet in the game to their family's cabin, which is near the lake. and that is where the game will take place. Scenes can take place anywhere that you'd like, but just as some suggestions, the inside of the cabin has a big living room area. Bedrooms are always available. The front patio, the boathouse, and the lake are some good places to set scenes. If you folks, now that we've introduced characters, we are playing Monsterhearts. I don't know if anybody responded to you. Oh, we did. Okay. So if you guys want to start drawing your strings to each other, then you can move forward with that. So
Could you explain that a little more? I'm
Yeah,
not sure exactly how.
How do we
works.
draw strings?
I apologize so much. So Monsterhearts is a powered by the Apocalypse system. So you're going to resolve everything with a 2d6 roll. A 7 through 9 is a partial success with some complication. A 10 and above is a real success. Everything went great. 12 and better is amazing success. Anything below a 7 is a failure, and you will gain an experience anytime that you fail at something. The thing that makes Monsterhearts a little bit different is that you've got strings on each other, which strings are ways that you are interconnected. They can be favors, they can be mutual experiences that you've shared. Similar to if you watched our Tales from the Loop episode, we had something similar with like my character knew, I forget her name, was it Jessica? Because she had caught me shoplifting and didn't say anything about
Her
it.
real
So
name's Jessica.
she would have a string on me about that event. So strings are going to be ways that you guys are interconnected, and you can always draw on a string, which means that you're going to use that string and get like a +1, or you can try to inspire somebody to act a way that you would like them to by offering to that string to them, and in return they will get an experience for accepting your offer. So yeah, it's just drawing how your relationships to each other. So
And does that
Pengi?
come from like
Oops, sorry.
our backstory, or
Yeah,
do we
like-
need one for
Oh,
everybody?
I apologize. No, it's going to come on your individual character sheets.
Cool.
Because each person has their own playset, and that will describe, like, your background will tell you how many strings you have on other people. You also have move sets, and you have sex moves, which we will see what happens if we get to those, but that is not the thing we're focused on at the moment. So, but yeah, your background should say the number of strings that you will draw with other people. Unless you are very certain archetypes, you will not automatically have strings with everybody. Though I believe one of you will have strings with everybody. So
Okay.
yeah. So Pengi, on your sheet, it should say strings that you need to develop.
Yeah, totally. I definitely wrote that on my sheet, the amount of strings I need. I
Right.
am totally not looking up the book right now.
Would you
If
like me to go
Vamping.
first with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jess, I'll have you go
Sure.
first, but Pengi, so you know, in our group, I have put a link to just the character sheets, so that you don't have to go through the whole book.
Yeah, it's really easy to find in there. I just printed mine off.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you go
hey,
to,
look, it's
As well as all the special moves.
yeah, it's a really good tool. But
Oh, look,
Jess,
hey, a
you want to
tool.
go ahead and start?
Yeah, I just have one string that someone gets to put on my character.
Ooh.
So,
Does
so I guess
any-
do I read it out and they can choose? They can fight over it. I'd be fine for that.
Yeah. Anybody?
cool.
So go ahead and read it out, and anybody who has a concept for it, just go ahead and speak up.
One of the others caught you rummaging through their friend's stuff, but hasn't said anything.
Oh, that'll be me. I will take that one.
So excited! I am terrified.
Nice.
Yeah, you get a string on Eve, on Evelyn.
Awesome.
That's it. I get that's just the one.
Rummaging.
Just get the one.
I'm out.
Should it be?
Yep.
But hold on. Should it be Paul's stuff?
It can be. It's just
Ooh.
any friend. So
It's your friend's stuff. So whichever friend.
I don't really have any other friends other than Paul, so I guess that would be it would be
it would
Paul.
make sense.
Okay.
All right.
Where?
All right.
Where though?
Yeah, let's spell that.
Sorry, I just needed some more details.
That's fine.
Here we
Where
Okay.
were you rummaging through Paul's things?
And why? Well, actually, I don't
I
even
would
know why.
say you don't know why.
Yeah.
Probably either I would say probably a locker or a backpack if you put it down somewhere. Looking for seemed to be looking for something specific as she was rummaging, not like randomly rummaging. Like if she picked things out, it was to try to look for something specific.
Okay.
I like it.
Sounds good.
All right, Blank. What strings do you need to drop?
So I have a few, it says. Someone reminded me of what love was when I thought that death had stolen it away from me forever. Give them a string. So someone reminded me of what love was.
Anybody want to remind his character of love?
I mean, I could take that one.
Okay,
I don't know if I did it on purpose though.
it's fine.
I'm so craving for attention. If you even remotely were like, "Hey, let's hang out," I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's do that." I like hanging out with things. So if you needed, like, if you seemed like you needed a friend, or wanted to, I guess, get into places like mausoleums, I was always the first to volunteer,
Okay.
no matter how busy I seemed.
Okay, so my initial thought was it'd be something like I saw you, love someone in some way.
I
But
loved Paul.
okay.
I deeply loved, obsessed with Paul.
Okay. So what was the scene that I saw that made me go, "Oh my goodness."
Or that you maybe have a photograph of?
Maybe I have
No.
a photograph of.
It was.
But she has the string on me, so I don't have the string on her.
Well, that's true.
I can set a scene here for it.
Okay.
It was maybe a couple nights, maybe a week before Paul had passed. I know he was kind of going through some rough stuff, and we were by the lake. One of our favorite hangouts. It seems to be a pretty common hangout for everyone, and usually I'm very overlooked. I'm very almost see-through to people. But the mood was just right. The moon hit the lake properly, and he kissed me tenderly. It wasn't overly sexual. It wasn't overly lustful. It was just passionate.
Okay.
And for the first time in maybe a while, maybe even for the first time for you, I looked solid. Like
Solid.
I actually had a form. I wasn't just this. I wasn't just 9.
You weren't just like a background character.
Yeah, I wasn't a background character. I actually looked like a main character.
Okay. Sounds good. I like it. And maybe I told you that during the mausoleum that we were talking about. And that's why you have a string on me?
Sure.
Okay. Sounds good. And then secondly, I have, did anyone watch me die? And if so, then I gain 2 strings on each other.
Oh. Are you able to say how, or does the?
I mean,
it's
Master of
up to his
Ceremonies
character.
know?
He can decide how he died. We've discussed the other side of it, about how he's not dead anymore. But his death we did not discuss. So, if you guys want to work through that, somebody interested in having seen that?
that's fair. We'll move on to the next.
It's a real private thing to.
Yeah, we can move on to the next person.
Paul probably saw you die.
Oh.
I guess it could be an NPC. It doesn't necessarily have to be a PC.
Yeah, if you wanted to, we can develop, because I said there are a few NPCs at the cabin with you.
Well,
So if we wanted
who's
to
important?
develop those. Well, that's the thing. I am putting 3 static characters at the cabin for when you guys need support in scenes and things like that. I have concepts for them, but nothing in stone. So if you have an idea of somebody that you think would work for that concept, I would love to work through it with you.
I don't.
Did he overdose with Paul?
No.
No, it would have been before Paul.
Yeah, you've been dead
that's what
before that.
I'm just throwing that out there as an option because that would have been an interesting.
Right. That would have been crazy. But no, you were dead before that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, if you don't want it to be an NPC, I'm okay with Evelyn having seen it. I don't know, depending on how you died, how she would have been there, but we'll figure it out. Or it can be an NPC. Whichever works for you and your story and how much you want to keep secret.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So my thought, I don't know if I want to talk about it. It maybe, but
give it to an NPC.
I
give
don't.
It to, you know what? Give it to an NPC for now,
Yeah.
and if you change your mind, well, yeah.
Okay.
We'll work it out.
We have other people to give strings with. Maybe something will click.
Okay. I guess my character doesn't remember anyway because
of the second part of it.
Right. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so Hades, what strings do you have?
Well, I get to have lots of strings given out. Woo!
Ooh!
Yeah, you all have strings on him.
You wear your heart on your sleeve. Give everyone 1 string.
Oh, okay. So we have a string out on the Fae.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, it's been this.
Yeah, so each of you will come up with a reason why you have a string on what was your character's name? Anders?
Anders. I say we live near each other.
Okay, like same neighborhood, kind of?
Yeah. Maybe not exact same neighborhood, but like we definitely could walk to home and school with each other, but maybe don't.
Okay. So maybe it's that you guys have known each other a super long time. Would that work for you? Okay.
We are in the same clubs, so
we are in the same club too.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do I need to talk about what the strings are?
Does it give you examples of the strings?
No.
Okay.
There was a section in the book that gives examples.
It's ideas of strings, but not that specific thing. Because some of them give you very specific strings.
I never talk about my family, but because they've known me a long time.
Some of them knew.
I'm going to say that knows how terrible the family dynamic is. And I'm embarrassed by that.
Does somebody know his family?
Well, I was thinking her character.
Oh, okay. That would be...
because we're neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. Moxie, were you... Moxie? Right.
Yeah.
Dang it, Pengi.
Eve.
Jess and Eve.
What's
up? What are you thinking your string's gonna be?
I was wondering, I don't know if this would work for Anders. Eve does like to help if people come to her with problems. Especially of late, she's been known to try to help people with favors in exchange for like something down the road if she ever needs something. And I know from what you said, you mentioned you came from the worst side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Is there anything something that might have happened, like a school dance or something? Maybe you needed a fancy shirt or something that you needed a favor from Eve and she procured it for you. That she's kept this secret that, it's she got it as opposed to you.
Right.
How she acquired it doesn't matter.
Right. I mean,
And she didn't necessarily ask you
Um,
why, just that you needed this favor, and she's like, I will do that if you
On the
give me
night-
something in return.
On the night of one of the dances, I showed up and there was blood on my shirt from bloody nose or so forth, and you got it replaced for me really quickly when I
like
asked
that.
you for that favor.
Okay.
like a shovel buddy situation.
You guys are shovel buddies.
Yeah.
Blank, have you come up with an idea?
Is there something maybe that I would have caught you doing outside of like the norm, I suppose? My character has kind of lately been known for more lurking around and taking pictures.
So you know that you saw me putting beer in the back of my van.
Okay. What's your character's name again?
Anders.
Anders.
You don't know what, you just know that I stopped by the liquor store behind to the side and somebody went in and bought me it. And I got out with a couple big boxes.
Like pallets?
Well, 30 racks.
Right.
Keisters.
Okay. Awesome. And who do we have left for strings?
I actually have more.
Oh, you have.
I have a
Whoa.
lot of strings.
Goodness.
Oh wow.
This time it's for my advantage though. You've captured someone's fancy, gain 2 strings on them.
Ooh.
Okay. Does anybody want their fancy captured?
So they fancy him?
Yes, that's what I read it as.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. It can also be one of the NPCs if you want to do it that way.
Well, I was going to leave it open to that.
I was gonna say Evelyn would be if you're interested in it.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
So 2 strings we need to figure out.
And you have 2 strings on her then?
Oh my god, that's like 3
Yes.
strings.
So I have 2 strings on you.
Yep. She would let you call her Lynn, if you so choose.
I see.
Right?
Call her what?
Lynn.
As
Lynn.
opposed to Eve.
Oh, got you. I remember. Okay, I remember that. All right.
Evelyn is for her parents, you know, when you're in trouble, it's the full name. So Evelyn is what her parents call her.
Evelyn Rebecca Anderson.
That's her name now. Yep. Great. I should write that down.
There will be a quiz at the end of this.
There's going to be a quiz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm screwed.
yeah.
I didn't study for this, guys.
Just like high school.
I know. Well, coincidentally.
sense.
Let's see. For strings with me and Lynn. How about I caught you reading my creative poetry when I left it on the desk.
Sure. That would work.
Vampire poetry.
The blood.
My bleeding heart bleeds blood for you.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
And you guys have this weird like trade dynamic thing going on also, which I really enjoy. Like you helped him with the shirt and stuff, so there's this like dynamic of helping each
yeah.
other out. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that would be.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyone else have any
What
ideas
else?
for
We
strings?
need one more.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's a thing for each string.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
out of curiosity, what are your positive stats?
Hot
And
dark.
He is super hot.
okay.
I am. I'm athletic. I'm pretty attractive. Yes.
Evelyn's also very dark.
Ooh, are you guys like the dynamic
So-
goth couple?
I
Oh my
think-
gosh! I think we have to go that way now.
I don't. She's not. Yeah, she's not goth. She's more very meticulous about her clothing. But if there was a dark element that she can sense in you, or there's something that draws into that more
You guys are
You-
into that world, that would intrigue her more than your actual looks.
You're probably thinking about how you helped me out, and then I immediately made it even by doing something else for you, which you probably don't have happen often.
Yeah, no, she holds on to things.
Because I'm very much about balance and justice.
That would be that would be enough to intrigue her.
Okay.
So she's
You know what that might be.
Oh,
Is there something for student council you needed me to?
yeah, it could have been a favor for a student council event, or she likes to collect sentimental tokens that belong to other people. So
Maybe you
like
helped her
tokens that
gather
were
one of those.
sentimental to someone else. If you had collected that. I do have a couple of friends whose names I actually did write down. I just don't have them up right now. Kristen and Jason, I think.
Yep.
Go me. And then for the tokens, I have Jason's is a necklace, Kristen's is a ring.
So are those people who are close to you or friends, or is that everybody or anybody?
They're her friends. Those are specific. Well, I mean, I can change that. That's not set in stone.
About-
Let's be honest.
You gave me a token of you.
Maybe even
Ooh.
unintentionally.
I would
Maybe
say
even
probably unintentionally. Yeah.
Yes.
I like
You
that.
let her borrow her.
That's spicy.
Yeah, I
She
don't
let you
think
borrow her pencil.
she would do that super intentionally, but yeah.
What could it be?
Maybe in the shirt that she loaned you was like a mood ring or, some piece of jewelry that was important to her, but
Probably.
she didn't
What
realize.
about a page out of her
Actually.
spell
You know
that
what?
fell out?
Your BOS.
I'm okay with that. Oh, I would be good with that. Or I'm trying to think of what could be a really good. You know what? I'm okay to spoil it because you guys know I'm okay with the audience to know. Evelyn, I'm not gonna hide it. It's fine. You guys can know. Evelyn's a witch. So I'm just wondering if there is I know the gasp. If there is some sort of component that could have been in the shirt in a pocket that she did forget about, but it's very sentimental to her.
Could be a piece of red string. Red string is usually used in binding, and would easily be considered mundane to others, but very, very important to a practicer.
You know what? That works
Okay.
so well for something that I didn't realize was now part of her story. So yeah, let's go with that.
That's the beauty of the system.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the last of your strings, or do you have
That is
any-
all. That is everything.
All right, so Pengi, you are going to be
Strings.
the last of the strings. And then we
Yeah,
will start.
that's me. So the easiest one I have here is I I ended up watching someone sleep. It could have been during maybe a party, or maybe maybe I had to get out of my home life for a minute, or
Can I
whatever.
ask for a question?
Can you ask for a question?
Yeah, can I ask a question? Are you giving a string or accepting a string in watching somebody sleep?
I get to take a string on them.
Oh,
Okay.
On
so
them.
we give you a string.
You
She
give me a
watched you
string
sleep.
because I watched you sleep. And maybe I protected you the entire time. Like, that's why I was thinking maybe it was at a party. I don't usually go to those, but maybe Braden dragged me to it because you need to live a little, sister. Fuck that guy. And maybe someone got super intoxicated, or maybe they were slipped something, and I made sure no one messed with them.
I like in this version of the story, you were a guardian watching over somebody who was in a vulnerable state, which I appreciate. But the first thing in my mind was that you were just like watching somebody sleep. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Nope.
I'll take this. And sure, it could be something about the party. Maybe, or a party where just got too drunk or something, and yeah, you just watched me sleep.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I will leave it up to you, just for storytelling purposes, on whether or not you knew I watched over you.
I'm gonna say I did, because for what I'm thinking is for that. Yeah, if I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck are you?" Yeah.
Okay, and then my other one, I've actually already given to an NPC. So an NPC has 2 strings on me already.
Okay.
I'm mysterious.
You are mysterious.
I'm mysterious.
I might have to find out about that when we take a break later on. So I feel like this could be an issue.
Nope. We'll play it live.
You're just like, and I have strings with this person. Oh.
I want to let you guys know I did moon missions with my sister.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
You came back with special armor.
Yeah, I came back with special armor. Just whatever.
Weird. You disappeared out of stream for a moment.
No, it's me. I was trying to add the donation overlay, because for some reason when I had to restart my computer, nothing saved.
That's why you had to watch us reorient all of it, was just because for some reason Streamlabs and Twitch aren't friends anymore occasionally, so these things happen.
But just a reminder, because we are doing a charity stream,
yes,
you can go to that link and donate, and if we hit 300
300.
A special
300 is our goal
twist
amount?
happens.
yes,
Games is gonna throw something random at us and be like, plot twist. So,
we're at 240
yes.
right now.
If you would like to add to the chaos, please.
Oh yes, add to our
and
chaos.
help an amazing cause.
Please add to our chaos.
Yeah, we need more chaos. Speaking of chaos, let's go ahead and get started. You guys each will find your way to a cabin in a wooded area that's surrounding the lake just outside of town. This lake has been mentioned by several of you before, as it is really the only thing to do in town. There's parks near it and stuff like that, but there isn't a lot else to do except for go hang out over there. The cabin is owned by Paul's family. His brother Andrew has sent each of you an invite to come to an event. It's similar to a memorial, but less. It's definitely not a party, because that would be insensitive, but it's more of a celebration of who he was and trying to, bring comfort and closure to everybody. So you've been invited there. It's supposed to be a 2-day event, and there is sleeping accommodations for everyone. And how you get there is kind of up to you. Who would like to arrive at the cabin first? Pengi? Okay. As you, how are you arriving? Are you driving your own car? Or is somebody taking you?
Walking,
Walking? Okay. Yeah, it's not
Drifting.
that far outside of town. So.
drifting.
um, as you arrive, Andrew is standing on the porch, looking out over the water, and the pine trees, because this is right before the end of the school year, so it's going to be late spring, early summer, so March-ish. The pine trees still look beautiful from winter and haven't started turning yellow yet. And he sees you approaching. He says, "Welcome. You're the first one here a little bit early, but thanks for coming."
Yeah, I figured if you needed like help setting up, you're kind of bad at decorating. I mean, not that you're like bad at it, but I figured I would just help you decorate for things if you needed or get things set up.
Not really the kind of thing that you decorate for that much. I appreciate the help though. If you want to follow me inside, I will show you to your room.
Yeah, of course.
During this interaction, he did make eye contact with you once, but for the most part, he's looking past you. He's giving that 1,000-mile stare, and it's not that he's not paying attention to you. You can tell that there's an energy coming off of him of feeling empty. He takes you inside and
Know
shows
those
you
feels, bro.
shows you a series of bedrooms just off of the living room. Inside the cabin is very modern, because the outside is rustic and it's logs and such. Inside, it is kind of as one would expect a house. It's got carpeted flooring and all that kind of stuff. The walls are drywalled, so you don't have that wood aesthetic. But it's a nice big living room area that opens to a kitchen on the right hand side, and then a hallway that leads to the bedrooms. He takes you back to one of the bedrooms to show you where you can sleep, and as this is occurring, somebody else arrives. There's somebody who'd like to arrive now.
You said it's for 2 days. Is this over a weekend?
Yeah, this is the last weekend before the last week of school is next week
Okay.
for this year.
You have my
Eve,
van.
By the way, I just want to say thank you for the donation, EZD.
Yes,
And
thank you so much.
I dream of Azathoth.
Azathoth.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we appreciate it. Thank you so
guys.
much. I'm glad you're monitoring that for me. I appreciate it, Blank.
Mm-hmm. No
Peace.
problem.
No, Hades was saying that he's got that sweet van that we saw alcohol being put into.
It's true.
Do you two want to arrive together-ish or separate-ish?
What I was asking.
If Anders would invite her to take her, then yes, she would take it. She'd be very particular about arriving on time though. Like exactly on time.
To the second.
Right.
It's
It
better.
said 8 p.m.
I slow down on my approach.
You would be 2 minutes early.
I would be 2 minutes early otherwise.
All right. So the van pulls up outside of the cabin. There is one car there. It's a hybrid, but that is the only vehicle there. So you guys can tell that you are one of the first people to arrive. So.
All right. We're here.
Yeah. And she, fixes her hair and fixes her clothing. She's wearing a purple shirt over like dark skinny jeans, her ankle boots that she always seems to be wearing. Adjusts her headband that keeps her hair out of her face. And just make sure she looks okay in the mirror.
You look great. Think about it.
Good. Thanks. Appearance is important, you know. At least that's what my mom says.
Go get the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
You
little awkward as they stumble towards the house.
you get out of the van and gather the luggage. Are you going to wait for him to return before you head up, or are you gonna head up beforehand?
No, she'd wait for him.
Okay.
She'd walk with him.
Okay. It's a short walk up the drive to not drive, but up the sidewalk area, the path, to the steps that lead up to the cabin. And the cabin door is currently open, but there is nobody visible from the door.
Is that normal? Is that
Would your character have been to this cabin for any reason? This is the kind of town.
possibly?
This is a very trusting small town feel to it. So, like, it's not unnatural for people to leave doors unlocked and things like that. But it's also not like, depending on what part of town you're in, you don't leave the door wide open.
Okay, she'd probably, given the fact that the door's open, not closed, though, she'd probably assume that you could at least enter. So she'll enter into the main room and kind of, if Anders does not follow, I believe it's a them, not a him. Is that correct? Okay, she'll. I'm going to try real hard for that. She'll back into them to follow if they don't, and they'll just
Okay.
wait in the whatever that entrance is. And I guess she'd call out, "Hello, Andrew."
Pengi, you hear the calling from the front door as well. Hey, I'll be right in.
Sounds like 24 and 25 are here, or sounds like other people are here.
It does. Will this be okay for you? Is there anything else you need?
It's perfect. No, can I help with anything? Preparing dinner?
I think you
anything?
need to just relax, please.
That's not a thing.
He leaves the room after saying that. Are
She
you going to follow?
follows directly behind him.
Okay. Andrew walks into the room. Hey, thank you guys for coming. Was the drive okay? He looks directly at Anders as he's speaking. Good.
It's not very far away.
Right, I know, but
Thanks for the invite.
I thought it was important that we all got together, with everything going on.
Yeah.
Nathan sends his condolences.
Thank you very much. If you'll follow me this way, guys, I'll
Sure.
take you down a hallway and show each of you your own rooms. Jess, your character is on the left-hand side. Second door, it's the one right before Pengi's door. And Hades, Anders is led to the end of the hallway, and on the right-hand side, your door is. It'd be a big cabin because we
Take
got more
her
people coming.
luggage from Anders. Thank you for bringing this in.
Of course.
She'll go in the room and she'll close the door, and I think she'd put her suitcase on the bed and start taking everything out, putting it away, figuring out where everything's going to go, and just being very organized in that room for a bit.
There is a dresser in there, and the normal amenities you'd find in a bedroom, so you're able to put everything away. Awesome.
It's a book underneath some clothing, a little box underneath some clothing.
That's where they belong. Like, there's a certain shirt that each belong under. Hades, what's Anders doing? Just
throwing the suitcase in the room.
So you travel like I do. You just kind of live out of the
It's probably a
suitcase.
duffel bag, to be honest.
Awesome. Okay.
And just tossing it in the room and heading out.
Okay. When you get back, Andrew is standing in the kitchen. I assume that 9 is there with Andrew.
Did Andrew say anything to them before walking to the kitchen?
No. When they came down the hallway, they just kind of stepped into the kitchen. And
No.
they're like pouring themselves some coffee out of a percolator.
No. 9 is awkwardly standing in the living room, not really like sitting where or standing where it would be comfortable, but like almost in the way where
Okay.
he left them.
I'm thinking of you like a standing lamp. You're just kind of like
100%. I am a standing lamp.
Okay. So Anders, you would arrive back into the living room first. And
Yeah, what's in the living room?
the living room is like I said, it's a big modern
Standing
living room.
lamp.
A standing lamp.
Okay.
There's a couple of couches. If you want to sit on the couch.
Is there a fireplace?
There is a fireplace, yes, and it is still chilly at night this time of year. Against one wall, and then there's a big TV and pictures all over the wall of the family. Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at the pictures.
Okay. You see a happy, healthy, like adjusted family, with the boys being very young. And then as it continues, there seems to be gaps in when the pictures were taken. It is just the mother in the photos with the boys as they're getting older, and then there's some class photos and things like that of the boys as they're getting older, but there's no more photos of the family together as the boys seem to grow.
Cool.
Yeah. But I mean, in the pictures, you see several of Paul looking happy. He did, soccer and several other athletic things. He was on track with you, I believe. And there's pictures of him at meet, smiling and acting, goofy.
The,
Those
Oh.
are good pictures. I'm not going to move. I'm literally just going to say that out loud.
You're standing
While you're
like 4
looking.
or 5 feet away.
I am.
yeah. Nice to see people happy.
What's that like?
Well, great sometimes.
Yeah, when they go to bed, right? If any of the pictures are like tilted or like have dust on them, I'm going to compulsively like walk past Anders to adjust them.
The more you look at the ones on the left hand side, they look slightly askew. And looking at it, you would know that after quite some time of messing with them, that the wall is technically slightly off on its angle, and so it just makes all of the pictures look like they're not straight.
Well, we're just gonna have to destroy this entire wall. I say with a very straight face, like no laugh, no intonation, just, well, this whole wall's gonna have to come down.
Didn't bring my tools.
I'm pretty sure your thick head will work.
Yeah, you're probably right.
On that note, Blank, you arrive around this time.
Actually, so real quick recap. How long has it been since Paul's been dead?
It's been about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, so pretty recent.
His funeral would have been last week. Yeah.
Okay, so can I have been here this whole time, just watching
Yeah.
from the woods?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You've got like pictures of everybody as they're arriving.
Yep, just
I
taking
did arrive
picture from the.
abnormally early.
Okay. I would have had to as well because after crashing my parents' car, I had to bike up here. So, yeah, I would have left to get here well in advance, and I'm just kind of watching people as they arrive, from the woods, taking pictures. Is there a location where I can get around to see them in the living room or whatever?
Yeah, from the side of the house where the boathouse is.
Okay.
Which is opposite where the TV would be in the living room. There's a big window that you can see into. So.
Okay, would there be a good concealing place to be, though?
Well, if you were inside the boathouse, which
Okay.
is open, you would have,
Then
cover.
okay, that's where I would be. Has everybody arrived, or do I know if everybody's arrived?
You don't know if everyone's arrived. If you want to be the last to arrive, I can say that the NPCs arrive at this time. But if not, only the PCs have arrived.
Yeah, I probably would. In fact, if they're just gonna sit in there, I'll try to, get around back to the front to watch the front for anybody else that might arrive.
Okay.
Let's say I'd wait for, I don't know, an hour, and then if anybody is beyond that, I probably would beat them there.
Okay. During that time, 2 more cars arrive. One of them has 2 young ladies in it, and you recognize them from school, but neither of them were necessarily popular.
The girls?
Yeah, neither of the girls were popular. They're just people that you've seen in classes and things before. Their name is Sarah and Jessica. They've been close friends for a long time, if you've really noticed them. But they're not, well known. They're not part of any clubs or anything.
Only because I've been playing with games for maybe 100 years. These are his go-to female names. They're always Sarah and Jessica.
For it when he gets confused and is like, "Okay, Jessica, wait, no, not the NPC. Hang on."
I was just waiting for a male character to enter name.
That's the next one.
Yes.
Damn it.
A flashy sports car pulls up.
They come together.
Parker. The Sarah and Jessica come together. Parker comes.
Jessica and Parker.
Yeah. Well, it's Sarah and Jessica are the 2 girls, and Parker is the boy.
Sarah, Jessica, Parker.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Those are the 3 NPCs.
Amazing.
You would know Parker because he did play football. He is pretty well known. So he is really probably the oddest one out as far as this group goes.
He probably hangs out with my brother.
Good call on that one.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I assumed. I was like, wait a minute.
Sarah and Jessica and Matt are my big NPC names. So
yeah. Anyway. Apologies. So Sarah and Jessica arrived together in a car. What kind of car?
They're in like a Honda Corolla.
Okay, and what about
Honda Corolla?
Honda Corolla.
Ooh, yeah.
You're gonna have car people knocking on your door.
I knew the answer to that.
Good job.
Thank you.
For once.
I know, right?
Parker is driving what, did you say?
Parker shows up in a sports car. It's probably something like a Camaro or something. Mustang GT. It's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang GT.
Yep.
You said he's
Shelby
on the
Mustang
football team?
And this one
500?
is on a Honda Corolla.
Yeah, Honda Corolla.
The Shelby Mustang GT 500.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, the 2 girls arrive shortly before Parker does, and they come into the living room. If anyone wants to interact with them early, they're not all that interesting, but if you'd like to, we can play some scenes out with that. What I mean by that is they're kind of bland as far as people go.
Hey, RMJ. Nice to see
Hey,
you, buddy.
what's up?
Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to our stream. they're very vanilla as far as people go. I'm sure that you guys have all met those people in real life that like there's not a lot of meat on the bones as far as getting to know them goes. So
Okay. Then no.
Evelyn would talk to them and just figure out how they knew Paul or Andrew
okay.
and what's just going on in their lives right now, and any information that she can kind of pull about them specifically.
Okay. So Jessica is gonna go like almost directly to the room and to the bathroom specifically, and then start unpacking. But Sarah will stop and visit with you as she's coming in. Pengi, did you have something to say?
I would make my way to the kitchen now that more people are here to help, like, Andrew grab drinks
Okay.
for everyone.
No worries, man.
No, you're good, brother.
Yeah, no need to be quiet.
All right. He thanks you for your help. He's got various alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks that he's, offering people and things.
No problem. 26 or
Is it
Andrew.
getting later? What time of day is it?
So the party started at 7. So when this is occurring, it's about 8.
I'm gonna get a fire going and get some firewood if I need to split it.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So you come outside, and there's a pile of firewood, and there's logs that also need split that are there. But you should have enough firewood for the first night. Maybe not into the second night, but you should be okay for the first night.
Oh, I'll bring it inside.
Okay.
Get a fire going.
Awesome.
Andrew, can I get a fire going?
Of course. You know what? My house, your house.
I just figure it's gonna get cold.
Yeah, no, and I want everyone to be comfortable. So, but when Sarah stops to talk to you, Jess, she tells you about how her and Jessica and Sarah had met Paul in freshman year of high school. They had a math class together, and they were not like individually. They have their strengths and weaknesses, of course, but they neither of them were all that good at math. And he started kind of a study group for them to help them get through it. And she relays a story about how her at least, she can't speak for Sarah.
Jessica.
But Jessica, she can't speak for Jessica, but she felt really lost coming into high school. That it was, a big and scary kind of event, and he was there and kind of their anchor when they needed an anchor. So, yeah. All right. Then Park arrives in his big loud car. He probably comes and helps you move firewood if you're okay with that. Oops,
Yeah, I
sorry.
think Evelyn would just as she's letting Sarah go, would just say, if she needs anything or if she ever feels lost, that she can come to her, and Evelyn will help her however she can. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me because, he was very much a grounding force, and that's kind of with him gone, it creates a hole in my life.
Yeah.
She tries to give you a hug. Are you going to let her do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's very, very menacing there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So she gives you a hug and cries a little bit on your shoulder as you embrace.
She'll just rub her back and she'll let her cry for as long as she needs to.
Okay. All right. Anyway, when Parker shows up, he is going to help Anders move in firewood if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Parker?
Hey, how you doing, Anders?
Yeah, doing all right.
Yeah? Staying busy?
Yo, got to. We're at a celebration of life, so.
Right, yeah, I get that. But I mean, like, with the track and field, how you doing in that?
I'm actually doing pretty good. My event, I'm getting better every day.
Awesome. We just came off season, so I get to be lazy and fat for a little bit.
Hey, that's always nice.
Nice to have.
Yeah.
He, is grabbing arms full of wood and taking it into the house as you guys are visiting. A little bit of time passes. Everyone starts milling about and visiting. I assume 9, you've given out drinks to everyone very politely.
Mhm.
Nobody ever knew people that didn't want.
Yeah, multiple drinks. People should be double fisting at this point.
If somebody said they wanted like a Pepsi, you like gave them one and then came back a few minutes later with another one, like just in case that one was empty.
100%.
That's awesome.
I think, given just being on student council and asking for Nine's help a lot, I want to say, if you're okay with this, Evelyn's developed a strategy of always having like an out, so she's not. So if she came by and was like, "Here's a Coke," and then she came by with Ruby, she'd be like, "Oh, thank you. Actually, I don't like the taste of this, so I'll take that one." And so that she's always got some sort of rotating thing to keep it going, so that she's not, otherwise she would be like hoarded with stuff. So she's learned strategies to be like, "Oh good, can you take this away while I take this?"
100%.
Awesome.
Nice. I like
exactly how that
take.
works. The first time you ask, she'll go, "Okay, 26. Evelyn, sorry.
Eve is okay.
Okay. Eve. 20, 27.
Okay.
27. 8. I'm gonna go now.
Are any of the cars unlocked?
The van is.
I like that you were worried about my hug.
I know, right?
Any cars unlocked?
We got a rogue on our hands.
The van is. The Corolla is unlocked. The sports car is locked, but the windows are down.
Ooh, perfect.
The
Okay.
hybrid, however, is locked.
The hybrid is locked.
Yeah.
And windows up.
Okay.
There's a note that says, "No, thank you." Stuff. You know who that's for.
Any keys in any of the cars?
No. I assume actually Anders is okay. No keys are in cars.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is honk the horn on the sports car as loud as I can. Just one loud honk, and then I'm gonna skitter off back into the woods.
Okay. How does everybody react to this?
I run out the door.
Okay.
I'm in track.
You do make it out the door first. You're followed quickly by Andrew, who just assumes somebody's arrived. You look out into the woods, I'd assume, and see nothing. It's starting to become dark out, and there's no new cars or anything.
Well, I guess somebody's trying to fuck with us.
I'm gonna turn to Andrew. 30 or Andrew. Anyone else supposed to be here?
There's one other person, but I assumed he'd be here by now.
Probably your person.
Fair enough.
Trivial.
Whose car was that?
I don't know. He starts to look around. So he's wandered away from the house. So is anybody following him or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out my van.
Okay. Your doors are unlocked, but it seems otherwise undisturbed.
I'm gonna lock it up.
Yeah. Parker now comes out. He's like, "Hey guys, are we planning on eating or?"
Oh, I'm sorry, 31. Yeah, I'll get on it. He
doesn't even turn to you when you say that.
Hey man, somebody just honked their horn. Is that your horn?
Maybe. He goes down to his car. I left the windows down. Maybe it was a raccoon or something.
Could be. They get pretty big.
He's gonna unlock, like reach in and unlock it, and open the door, and then like roll up the windows on both sides. Oh yeah, and then he locks the two locks. It's getting cold out here though. I'm headed back in.
Yeah, I get this fire roaring.
He's gonna look around the car real quick before he heads in to make sure there's not a raccoon in the car.
Find a raccoon?
There's not.
No.
Should've said that before he locked it in. Just saying.
Funnier this way. He like closes the doors and then there's like a pissed off raccoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
That vehicle is now unusable.
Right.
Haha.
Sarah and Jessica don't come out to check on their car. They seem to be looking at the pictures during this time.
I'd be light it for the kitchen.
Okay. Parker goes back inside. What are you doing, Anders?
Playing with fire.
Okay, so you're going back in too. After a few minutes, Andrew sits on the steps, but he isn't like looking around or anything. He's just kind of staring out into the water and drinking his coffee still.
A car like that, does it have like a little light to indicate maybe like an alarm's on?
It's an old enough car that it doesn't have an alarm, but it would, if it had an alarm, it would have a light that would be.
What about the hybrid?
Yes, the hybrid does have a light. That's in the dash.
Okay, can I find a big rock?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah,
Okay.
you're in the woods.
I find a big rock and I just huck it into the window. And again, scatter out into the woods.
was gonna say-
lash out for me. I want to see how
Evelyn
this
was
big
gonna
rock
walk
through the
out.
goes.
She's been standing by the window watching. But when everyone goes inside and Andrew sits down, she was going to go out to talk to Andrew.
Okay.
At that moment,
Okay. That'd be 8.
An 8. Okay. You are able to put the rock through one of the side windows or through the front windshield. Like, where were you aiming?
One of the side windows.
Okay. You throw the rock at the window and it spiders, but it doesn't break all the way. And the alarm starts going off. And Andrew comes around the side of the house.
Wait. One of the side windows, only spiders?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Have you ever thrown a rock at a side window?
No.
They
But I've
kinda
seen them
bounce
break.
off. I know.
Okay.
It's harder to break than you think. Though.
Fair enough.
It's broken. Like it's if you push on it, it'll fall. But it is not.
That's okay. I don't care that much. I'm just surprised.
Andrew comes around the corner as you're scurrying back away.
Okay.
You can come out and stop breaking my shit.
Okay. Sure. If I'm caught, then yeah, I'll like come out with my hands in my hoodie pockets.
You know, when I invited you, I expected trouble, but I didn't expect to replace a window. Thank you for coming.
Wasn't expecting you to be right there. I can get the window replaced. Don't worry about it.
You know, I understand that we all need to take things in our own way, so I'm trying not to be mad.
Yeah, it's not really about that, but sure, yeah.
Why don't you come inside? You wanna drink or something?
No,
You don't have to, I guess, but
just follow. Don't say
Okay.
anything else.
he walks back into the house as you're coming out.
is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I assume she can see over Andrew's shoulder. She can see Silas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Silas.
Eve.
And she steps back and she'll step back in.
Okay.
Make my way in.
Okay. You come inside. This is like I had described a large room, but now that there's quite a few people in it, it is filling up a little bit. It's not crowded by any means, but there's a lot of people. Now that we've established the story as of yet, if anybody has individual scenes that they would like to do, we can move forward into scenes. If not, we will do less dynamic scenes that'll just be group scenes. Anybody have? Yes. Pengi.
If I heard anyone come in, I would have a drink ready.
Okay. So we'll move to the front door area. Silas, you're just coming in, and 9 is approaching you.
Here.
What is she bringing me?
What do you have in your hand?
Soda.
Is it just like Royal Canadian, like some
Yeah,
generic
yeah, it's generic soda.
Mountain Thunder?
Say.
I'm gonna use my string on you, Silas, the one where I kind of got to know you on an intimate level. I think I would know what drink he likes the best. Like
Okay.
what soda, or like what you prefer to drink over
While I'm
anything.
sleeping, I'm just like,
Coca-Cola.
Mountain Thunder.
You know what I love. All right, so I am going
Mountain
to
Dew
have
Code
you
Red.
roll a hot for me.
Yeah, is she trying to like turn me on? I don't think
No,
so.
she's trying to get you to open up though.
Okay.
So it's going to be similar to turning somebody on, but it's just to get you to warm up.
So for all those fans of TV Land, what do I roll and how do I roll these?
You're going to roll 2d6 and add the modifier that your hot score gives you, which, if I remember, it wasn't fantastic.
No, it's negative. I'm not sexy.
Okay.
I'm not sexy and I know it. That is a 4. I got a 4.
Ooh, that's
a failure.
That's real bad. All right, so would you like to describe not getting him to open up? Like, you bring him the right drink and everything, but it does not go well. You also get to mark an experience because you failed, and we learn from failure.
Do I get a string on them or anything?
Only if you sleep with me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. She's not technically doing a turn on.
Oh, okay.
So
Only if you sleep with me will you get a string. That is actually in my background.
gives out strings, so
yeah.
But no, you don't derive a string from this offhand. I assume that you're very eager and forgettable as you bring him the drink.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I just kind of ignore it. Don't even think she's bringing it to me for a moment. And then when she like continues to hold it out, assuming that you do, I'll just look down.
Yeah, literally like take it. Dinner's burning. Can you at least take this from me, I guess?
He looks at the drink and he says, "You're that weird chick who watches people sleep." I'm gonna shut her down.
Okay.
That's 6, 7, 8.
You know what? It's attention. I don't care.
And then I'm cold, so that's a 10.
Wow. Okay. So a success with no complication. His words feel real bad.
Oh, they hurt.
Yeah, they're like, leave me alone, real clearly.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna go kind of transparent. Like,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk back to the kitchen, and objects are going to start moving around. I'm just making a giant thing of chili and like homemade bread, like the quick poor man's bread that doesn't have any rising yeast.
Where you use the self-rising flour and like beer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it says I get to do some things here.
Oh yeah. Let me see. On a 10. They lose a string on you. Let me see.
If they have no
Choose one of the
strings.
following.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they have no strings, you can gain one on them. They lose one for on you. They gain a condition if you want to give her a condition, which I can explain. Or you can take one forward. And taking one forward means that you'll get a +1 on your next roll.
Against
of
who?
Whatever that is. Just in general.
Just in
On
general?
cold rolls.
Yeah.
On cold
It's-
rolls?
Yeah.
Hell, that's what I'm taking.
Okay. So yeah, the way it works is you kind of are building momentum towards that thing. So,
Okay. That sounds good.
okay. To explain conditions to everybody, a condition in this game is kind of like a modifier for your character. It's you're nerdy, or you're I don't know, shy, things like that. You can apply those conditions to other people. There are ways to get rid of conditions, but with those conditions, you kind of, that's the way people around you are seeing you.
Okay. So can I get... Well, okay, so instead of forward, can I give her the condition weirdo?
Okay. Yeah. Everyone's kind of feeling like you're a little bit weird. So you will gain the condition until resolved.
The rune goes silent as he says that.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it would play out the same as soon as I feel like eyes are all on me. Anyone who's looking at me directly might notice a little bit of a smirk, like, hey, people are noticing me, but I do almost fade into the background.
Yeah.
And I will float my way, ethereally move my way back to the kitchen.
Wait, are we overtly...
She
things?
is, when she is in conditions, she can't control
Oh.
the things that are going
So
on.
we all just like see her turn into a ghost?
No, she becomes harder to, like, your brain, because your brain processes it in a way that like just explains it normally.
So more like obfuscate from vampire.
Yes.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, pretty visibly, like, if you pay any attention to her, like, her body is just moving straight. It doesn't feel like she's moving. So
I in fact did clip through the scenery.
Understood. I probably wasn't paying that close attention.
Evelyn was, because she
Okay.
was right at that door when that whole exchange went down. And then 9 got weird, and so she was very. She tracked her through the whole thing. I would like to find Andrew. Is he still at the door, or is he?
Anders, where are you?
I'm at the fireplace.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Anders.
Playing with the fire.
Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah,
Andrew.
he just is a little bit further ahead. Like, he's walking into the living room towards the kitchen.
Andrew.
Oh, what's up?
Just a really quick second. It's about my room.
Oh.
Who's next to me? Do you know? Like on either side, is it? I'm a very light sleeper, so just. Is there someone like in the room next to me or no?
Yeah, both rooms on either side of you. We've got Jessica on one side, and then on the other side of you is 9. So And then is it like a snoring issue?
You know what? I should probably be okay. Nine's really quiet anyway.
Okay.
I don't
you
even
I'll
know
talk to
she's
Jessica.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. 'Cause you've got Parker across the hall, and he can be a little loud sometimes when he sleeps.
You know what? No, that's okay.
Okay. If you need, we can work something else out.
You know what? Something happens, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. He walks away, and he like the longer you have a conversation with him, the more it feels like his emotions are automatic. Like his responses aren't. He's not present in the conversation.
That works perfectly. She'd like to go up to Nine's room
Okay.
if she can slip away.
Yeah. I'm just
She'll
gonna let you do
she'll
that.
wait for a moment if she can and try to slip into Nine's room.
Actually, you know what? Let's do a runaway check. And the reason that we're doing that is
Sure.
to be unnoticed.
That's fun. Okay.
I was
So-
actually about to slink off as well.
Okay.
Oh, well, with volatile, great, cool.
Yeah,
That's not a great stat for me.
Well, this is more of a metaphorical running away than a physical running
No,
away.
it's okay. I'm okay with it. 6.
Okay. That is a failure unless you want to modify it with a string or something. And by that, you would be pulling on an experience with somebody to like, hey, cover for me or something. But if you're okay with the failure, go ahead and mark an experience.
Yeah, I'm okay.
And-
I'm okay with failure.
Okay.
If people notice or go to like the rooms, that's okay.
Right. As you're walking down the hallway, Sarah is on the way to the living room. So they see you. And Silas, what are you rolling a sneak away as well?
Sure.
Okay.
I got 7.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Uh,
8.
8. Okay. You're able to get away successfully without people noticing you doing it. But it won't be long before somebody notices you're not there because you kind of did make your presence very known.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would like to get really involved in the fire. in case-
You want to gaze into the abyss? Awesome. Go ahead and give me a gaze into the abyss. Gaze into the abyss is a stat that this game has, which is really interesting, actually. So we'll see how this
I
plays
love that
out, and
that's
then
what
I'll
you're
tell you
doing.
more about it. I didn't even think about the fact that you were creating a fire.
What are you looking for? Just anything?
He'll be able to ask me questions.
I
about
get to
what's
ask
going
a
on.
question,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it doesn't matter because I got a 5,
Uh,
and that's with a +1.
So, yeah, you go ahead and mark an experience. And staring into the fire, you stare into the abyss, and the abyss kind of stares back at you. You find yourself starting to get lost in everything that's going on, and you're losing focus on the things around you. You're tuned out a little bit. So, yeah. Okay. So, Evelyn, what are you
Yes.
doing? Sneaking away.
So once Sarah's like left the hallway, she'll enter Nine's room. And I forgot, gaze into the abyss. She needs to do something to
Some ritual.
activate that, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
Would it, don't know how the game works, would it make sense if one of her necklaces has like a swirly bead and she can like hypnotize herself or like stare into it
Yeah.
as it like, perfect,
Any
that's what I
ritual
would like to
will
do
work
then.
fine. Okay.
And she would like to stare into the abyss, please.
Okay. There's a lot of staring into the abyss going on right now.
I know, that's why I laughed so hard. It's like, that's what I want to do.
I know, right? Hey, they said power couple.
I'm gonna sit
You
here
guys are a power couple.
and
That's
stare into the
Great
abyss.
rule, though.
I'm gonna ready my badge and stare into the abyss of the chili.
I will
Oh.
walk in step.
No, I'm following her. Do I see her do this?
Ooh. Let's see. You succeeded better than her, so I'd say yeah.
If you follow her into the room, yeah, she would have closed the door behind her, but yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe slip in right before the door closes, sort of thing.
I don't know how that would work, but
Well, like if
When
she
you-
walked into the room and like looked around and then turned to close the door.
oh sure.
Yeah, she would have.
I'm
to make
hiding
sure that
in
it
the
was...
closet or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
You say I'm
Um,
creepy.
7.
Okay. So you do succeed at your gazing into the abyss roll.
Okay.
There is going to be confusion or something alarming in the vision. But I believe you actually get to ask me questions.
I get to, say what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Mhm.
I am looking in this room, and it might not even exist, which is great. But I am looking for a token of significance that belongs to 9.
9. Do you have any tokens of significance in your room?
Not in my room, but I do.
Okay. What would she find in the room if she went into your room?
Nothing. I didn't leave my backpack.
Okay. It doesn't even look like she's been in this room. Like, you know she was, but it doesn't look like she was even
She
in
doesn't
this
do
room.
anything. Okay.
Through the hypnosis, you know, like a sonar almost. You feel that like the important things that she has is not here. It's probably nearer to her.
Okay.
But in that hypnosis, in that trance, you see a darkness that is emanating from the living room and slowly growing.
What is she doing? What am I seeing?
Yeah, you want to describe?
Yeah, she's got like a marble, one of those, those black marbles that are just like a bunch of different colors. So no matter where the light hits it, it changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on a necklace, and she unhooks it, and then so it's like dangling on a string, and she's rotating it in a circle and just staring at it. Probably for a good long while.
Okay.
I'd say probably like at least 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. I guess I'll watch for the 5 minutes, or for a while.
If you stay for the whole thing, when it's done, you'd see her
Sure.
seemingly be a bit disappointed. She blinks a couple of times, kind of uncertain about something, reattaches the necklace, and quickly leaves.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to notice you whatsoever. It's not a focus of hers.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak out. Or well, actually,
With that, I feel like that would give him a string on me.
I feel like it too. I think narratively we should
It makes
probably
sense.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take it. That's 2.
I know. That's not great. That's not great with strings. Mhm.
He
Okay.
can compel you.
So after that interesting thing, I will. I'm gonna head. If there's nothing of interest immediately that jumps out to me, I'm gonna head into the next room. Let's go to their room.
Okay.
You want to go to Evelyn's room?
Evelyn's. If I would know where that is, I might not.
Do you
You
go
might
across
not-
the hall or next room over, like on the same side?
Probably across.
Okay.
Not my room.
You're actually in Parker's room.
Okay.
But something that does stand out about Nine's room is that it is barren. It is empty shelves, a bed with, sheets on it. There's not a lot going on here.
Okay.
When you go into Parker's room, there's a suitcase haphazardly thrown on the floor, and a backpack that's laying there too, and a football.
Anything in it?
Frisbee.
In the football? No, mostly
the
just
In the
Uh,
in the backpack.
Yeah, the backpack has a wallet, a water bottle, and a couple of notebooks, but no like school books or anything.
What's in the notebooks?
You go through the notebooks and there are numbers written down. It not very explanatory, but it appears to be like 43, and then /2, and then a dollar amount.
I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Okay.
Okay. Close that. Put it back away exactly how I found it.
Okay.
I have a question for Silas.
Hmm.
Just for the visual. What kind of camera are you using to take a picture?
It's a Sony A7 III. It's like
Nice.
a DSLR.
Nice camera.
It's actually
Nice.
on his character sheet.
Yeah.
I know, I love it. I was like, is this smartphone? Is this like a disposable where it's like click and it's like I go right each time, or is it like a nice fancy one? Like
Oh,
I
it's a
kind
nice
of want to know.
Right. One of
No,
those
it-
old tiny spy cameras.
No, it's
I
a
figured it was a nice one, but you never know.
yeah, and he actually
Well,
has
right.
it like in his backpack, so it's in a case within the backpack. So to take
Camera
Okay.
bag within a bag.
All right, we are about to take a quick break, but before we do that, I would like to check in with Nine. Nine, how's it going?
As the words start cutting deeper and deeper, my grip on objects is gonna get a lot more loose. So there's a lot of crashing and banging and, haunted melody, sort of.
Right. I'm thinking maybe we roll a dark to see if you're slowly giving in to your darker self.
My dark self. I have to raise my character sheet up slightly. Come on, mouse. Yay! There we go. um, 10, 11, 12.
Nice.
Wow, you are in control of your darkness entirely.
Wow.
You are as ethereal as you were and all of that, but you aren't feeling that pull of your inner monster. at
I'm
the
not
moment.
becoming traumatized.
Yeah, you're not becoming more traumatized by this event. So you are coping with it in some way.
Throwing objects is a coping mechanism of mine.
Are you using like the ghost thing where like objects just get flung?
No, 100%. If anyone is to like gaze into the kitchen, it is literally just a bunch of shit moving around.
Okay.
Maybe occasionally you might catch a glance of my form, but it is literally objects are flying in the kitchen.
Parker walks in for just a moment, and all of the cabinets and everything are like wide open, and like like they do in ghost movies. He, like, turns back and then looks back, and they're all closed.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Doesn't even phase him.
Just like that.
Weird.
Nice.
Somehow
he
he has a soda in his hand now.
Yeah, he was on his way to get a drink from the refrigerator, and he realizes the empty drink he had in his hand isn't empty. So he turns around and leaves.
Mhm.
Okay, with that, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we will be right back to continue our adventure. So thank you for joining us.
But
And
before we leave off, where are we on our donation?
I was actually just about to talk about the charity.
Oh, okay,
so
never mind.
That
Sorry,
works well.
I jumped the gun.
We've hit that
No, it
initial
was a
goal.
segue.
Right.
We're at
We've hit the
250.
initial goal of 250. We haven't hit the elevated goal of 300, but we've hit the initial
50.
goal, and I want to tell everybody thank you. This was the
Yeah,
the
thank
goal
you
I
guys
gave.
so much.
Guys,
It's really
Yes.
awesome.
so
of you.
much.
Yeah. And we talked about this before, but we are a younger channel. We've only been doing this 9-ish months, something like that.
Congrats.
Something like that.
And I
And
just
Yeah.
hit my year.
No.
Nice.
We're approaching, I guess 9. Well,
9.
9,
No,
10,
you- I-
11.
Almost 10.
We started in November.
We're-
That's all I know.
Yeah, so we're 10.
Yeah. 10. We've done over the course of our lifetime as a channel, we've done several charities, and our community has been great in helping. And I want to thank Pengi's community for helping out as much
Thanks
as
for
they have
coming
as
in,
well.
guys.
So
And
we
the donations.
love to be able to give back to the community where we can by doing this hobby that we enjoy doing, and we hope that we're telling a story that everyone's liking. So thank you so much. We will
Thank
be
you,
back in
guys.
just a moment. Love. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Uh, okay. Hello, everybody. We are back.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys. We are returning to our scene of a cabin in the woods, and by woods I mean briefly out of town. So not that far into the woods, but still. To remind everybody what's going on, these characters have been called here by Andrew, who is the brother of Paul, somebody they all knew that recently passed away of a drug overdose. And this is a remembrance ceremony. And there is a cat yelling in the other room.
Yeah.
I apologize.
This is again here.
Yeah, I am sorry about that. So, and
You're
for
very
the
vocal,
podcast
cat.
listeners who may eventually get this, I am real sorry about the cat because I won't be able to
I was
scrub
like,
that sound.
what is happening over there?
You know what? I knew it. I was like, oh, that's a cat saying hello.
I thought it was you. I thought it was from you, Jess. 'Cause you
No,
couldn't-
no. When my cats talk, I try to mute my mic.
Oh, there. Okay.
All right, so we will pick back up with the door to the room that you're in, Silas, begins to open.
Oh crap! I hide.
Okay. You get like to the side of the bed.
To
Or
the
in the
side of
closet.
the bed. Yeah, underneath the bed if I can fit there.
Okay, yeah, there's enough space there. You're not a big dude, I assume.
Pretty gaunt, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so you hide under the bed. You see some feet walk up, and then which you may recognize as Parker's feet. I'm not sure.
Okay.
The suitcase is picked up and placed on the bed, so there's now weight above you. And you hear an unzipping. As he moves the suitcase, you hear the clanging of bottles also. Now he leaves the room and closes the door behind him. The
Cool.
suitcase is still on the bed, but it is not a oppressive weight that is on you.
Okay. So I'm gonna go find the bottles, the source of the bottles.
Okay.
In the suitcase.
Do you look into the suitcase?
Yeah.
The suitcase appears to be basically a mini bar. And by that I mean several bottles of alcohol, some of which are now missing. But there are still 3 or 4 bottles of like vodka and tequila and things in there.
Okay. Is there a lighter?
No, he would not have a lighter. He does not smoke.
Okay.
I'm sure that you could probably procure one though.
I am definitely going to take a few of these.
Okay.
And the rest I'm going to is there a window?
Yeah, there's a window.
Can I crack it and throw them all out there?
Okay. The first one falls against the ground and doesn't really do anything but thud. The second one, however, clangs off the first one.
Okay.
And the third one maybe, I assume, breaks. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then after that, I will leave.
Okay. All right. So you are headed back out into the room. Everybody was in the living room. Parker comes out with a bottle of Jack in one hand and a bottle of tequila in the other. This is supposed to be a celebration of life. Let's start celebrating. He comes up directly to you, Hades, and kind of knocks you out of your stupor that you were in.
Oh, hell yeah, let's do this.
Shots?
Yeah?
Awesome. Andrew is sitting quietly at a small side table near the kitchen area, but not in the kitchen. Like, it would be a breakfast nook probably. Still sipping coffee. So he has not said anything about this. Do you follow Parker into the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. What's everyone else doing in response to him coming in?
I'm getting in the way of all of Hein's cooking
Okay.
just by standing there.
Okay. You're having to move around him.
Knives are like zooming past you. How close am I to finishing?
I would say that your food is nearly done.
Okay, because I was just making chili and, like I said, beer bread.
Some bread, yeah.
Yeah,
The bread has
nothing-
rested, and you are now cooking it. The chili is pretty much ready. It just needs a little time. So you're at a point where you don't need to be focused on this anymore.
Okay. Do I notice Anders walk in?
I assume so. You're not being quiet about it, right? Okay. I assume you guys are kind of talking loudly. So.
All right, pour out a shot for everybody. I'm gonna toast.
Parker starts getting glasses down. Hey, 9, you want one?
As soon as my name is mentioned, everything kind of just stops midair.
Yeah. He looks over towards you, like he's looking at you. You're not sure if he can see you or not, but he is looking towards you.
Sure. Yeah, of course. I drink all the time.
All right, so a double then.
Yeah, I can do a double. I can. The more he talks to her, the more solidified she becomes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm cool.
Do a double.
I can do a double.
All right. Evelyn, what are you up to?
Evelyn is standing, kind of leaning against the door frame. Her hands folded behind her back with like her legs crossed at the ankles. And she's alternating in between looking into the kitchen and being like okay with the shot and checking out the living room space where she saw the darkness grow. Not that there's darkness there, but she's not sure what that vision meant. So she's kind of staring at the room.
Okay.
As though it could appear or something might be.
Right. Where you saw the darkness emanating would have been near where the doorway was. So you're kind of looking in the direction of the front door, from where you're standing.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. I assume that that Anders is closest to the outside, so you're closest to Evelyn. And he is pouring shots. So, Parker's pouring the shots, but yeah. Anders, what are you doing at this point? Are you just kind of waiting for your
I'm
shots?
helping making the shots for everybody, so everybody has a drink.
All right, he pours a regular amount of alcohol to everyone,
Parker
including
grabs the glasses, and Anders fills them up.
Okay, all right. But Anders makes one double, and he is giving that to 9. But he even pours one for Silas and one for Sarah and one for Jessica, who are currently sitting on the couch. They have the TV on, and they're watching some like Lifetime made-for-TV movie.
And I pour a shot for Paul.
Okay, awesome. He starts like picking them up with his hands. He like sets yours down by your chili that you're working on, and then picks up the rest. You coming?
Of course. I turn the heat off on the chili so it doesn't burn.
Okay.
Grab my drink and move to the doorway,
Okay.
realizing that there's Evelyn there.
If everyone started leaving, she'd move with Anders and sit next to him. So it's possible as she's coming from like
Yeah,
the
I
south.
literally would take her place if she wasn't there.
Okay.
If not, I would stand awkwardly kind of behind her.
Okay.
She's
Uh,
would not be uncommon, I suspect.
yeah, I would assume that's pretty normal. Anders, where are you headed?
Passing out shots to everybody in the
Okay. The girls take their shots, and stand up and kind of come over towards where everybody else is at.
Where's Silas?
Silas, what are you doing?
Standing in the corner. Well,
Okay. You've entered the room again, and you're just kind of quietly standing there.
mhm.
Okay.
I said I head back, didn't I? I thought I
Yeah.
did, but okay. Yeah, I'm just standing right
I
there.
just didn't want to narrate what you were doing. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, I was just trying to say like I didn't see you or
You didn't notice.
I didn't notice. So
Okay.
oh, here you go.
I'm
We're
gonna
handed a shot.
I'm going to backhand slap it out of his hand.
Okay.
What the fuck are we doing here, Andrew?
Andrew is just sitting quietly. His shot is sitting on the table next to him. Celebrating life.
The fuck, man?
You just want to sit here and drink, and that's your celebration to life?
I'm not.
Your brother
drinking.
who OD'd on substance abuse, you just want to sit here and drink?
Look, I just want to have a nice evening where we remember the good times that we had with him.
There were no fucking good times.
Maybe
was a
not for
boring-
you.
He was a boring guy. He had nothing
Wasn't-
going for
You
him.
know, you're one
Boring.
to talk who sits in the corner and watches everything else.
All right,
That's
I feel
your
like
good idea of a good time. I'd like to try to shut Silas down.
Nice.
okay.
That will
Silas,
not do well.
do you want to roll a lash out, or
No.
you're
I'm getting shut down.
okay?
Okay. Cold.
You got this.
She's not a cold person. Mm-mm. Nope, that's a 4.
Okay, go ahead and mark an experience.
Yep.
She's kind of feeding into you and making her words seem weak and hollow in comparison to what you're saying. Look, man, we've all been through a hard time this year, and I just wanted to have a nice evening, all right?
Whatever.
My fucking little brother just died, man. Can't we just have a moment where we say, hey, Paul was a good guy, and then we, like, we don't fight and we don't start bullshit and we don't throw rocks through people's fucking windows.
Didn't we do that at the funeral?
No, we didn't do that. You would know that if you went to the funeral.
He was there.
Yeah,
He's
our parents
always
said some nice things.
there.
But maybe I didn't understand. He walks out angrily. He's out on the front porch now.
Go.
There's a heavy silence in the room now.
I bask in it.
Yeah, everyone feeling uncomfortable feels real nice.
I'm gonna step forward.
Okay.
with but I am like staring daggers into my drink. Like I want this drink to turn to gold or something.
Okay.
Well, you know what, Silas, you need to get the fuck off your high horse. You go with this whole dark and broody bullshit, but what do you have dark and broody to be for? You have literally everything. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to worry about grades. And all Paul did was be nice to you. And what did you do in turn? Drink what, a fifth of tequila, handle whatever the fuck you call it, throw up all over his shoes and pass out in the closet.
This sounds like a shutdown to me. Also,
It does sound like a shutdown to me.
you want to shut him down? Roll 2d6 for me.
One moment.
Okay.
Or how about that time you bared your soul, graveyard over roses?
Ooh. Are you pulling on a string?
I am. I'm going to be pulling on the Silas saw me kiss Paul and him telling me about that in the mausoleum because obviously, yeah.
Do you want to use the string to compel him in some way, or do you want to use it as a +1 on your roll?
I'm gonna try to compel you.
So what?
I literally want a reaction, any reaction, whether it's to lash out against me, whether it's to just some form of like focused reaction.
Okay. Do you accept the compulsion?
Yeah.
Okay. So depending on how your shutdown roll goes.
Oh, okay, I need to roll that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just add them together and add what?
The
Add
parent stat for
your shutdown is cold.
It's
Yeah.
cold? Oh, okay.
Are you cold?
I would imagine a
Uh,
ghost is quite cold.
Yeah, there's that.
9.
9. Okay. So
So I get
choose one from below. Either they lose a string on you. They have no. If they have no strings, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward. But there is a cost that comes with this. In saying this, you're kind of making yourself out to be a victim. Like you're making it about you instead of the situation. And so
Are you talking to me or
you, yes,
No,
of
okay,
course,
yeah.
9. So not everyone's with you, but it still worked on Silas. So
I get to give her a condition, right?
I would also I guess I'll wait until you speak.
you can give her a condition in return. So.
Okay. Based on whatever you do or say next, I do want to use a transference where I can kind of heal a harm, or I basically take some of your pain onto myself.
Okay.
What condition or string or forward or
Yeah, which of the choices are you going to be?
Condition, if you don't mind.
okay, what
what-
condition are you gonna leave on me?
Shared. I want to do like shared pain.
So like
Brother in arms sort of thing.
okay. I could see that. Like
Like you hurt too.
right,
Like,
like
I
a
see-
companionship kind of thing.
I see this as pain.
Broken, maybe?
Yep, broken.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have the condition broken. Understood.
And you get to give her a condition in return.
You already gave me weirdo.
I know. How about Oathbreaker?
Ooh, 3 character. What does that do?
I don't
I
know.
don't have.
You're generally that's the way people view you. So
Yeah.
people see you as a weirdo and somebody who doesn't necessarily keep their word.
Or secrets, rather.
Yeah.
That works. I mean, I do overextend myself, so that makes sense.
Yeah, when you say that, Silas, he gets the reaction you were looking for. His face goes pale, and he just kind of like straightens up a little bit. Says, "You didn't have to go there."
She is going to look up from her glass, and this is where I'm going to use transference. And she's going to kind of walk towards you. You went there first. Eye for an eye. And my eyes are very almost warming when I say that, and I am looking at you. I am trying to catch your gaze, by the way. So if you're looking away from me, she's going to dart into it.
Okay. He does attempt a few times. And then when he sees that's not going to work, he's going to try to like go away. Leave.
Okay. Where are you headed?
To the front where I left the bottles of alcohol.
Okay.
Okay.
Anders and Evelyn, what are you guys up to during this scene that has occurred? Just awkward.
I think Evelyn, who failed at her shutdown, is just kind of like sitting on the couch watching all this come across and just being quiet and not sure what to say or do.
Okay.
I'll sit down next to her. Are you okay? Been such a dick lately.
Yeah, he has been.
I don't know what his problem is.
Do
The
I
only one
hear
who might know is
him?
Nines.
This is all occurring towards the end of you guys' confrontation. You
Okay.
don't hear this.
Okay.
This is the most assertive you've probably ever seen Nine. Or at least seen them in a long time. So everyone is aware.
Yeah, Evelyn's a little spellbound by it for this girl who's always hovered and been around and eager to help and flit in and out and do all these tasks to actually kind of stand up and be seen. Is very spellbinding to Evelyn. And even as she's like whispering this conversation with Anders, her eyes haven't left her.
Okay.
You go, Nine. For fucking Paul.
Jessica
For
goes.
Paul.
For Paul. You will. At least the three of you raise your glasses.
I say that really loud.
Right. Parker joins in. He ranks his. Who has the one that was Paul's?
On the counter.
Okay. All right. Silas, are you going for the bottles that were outside? Like, are you going out the front door or?
Yeah.
Okay. When you walk out, Andrew his arms are over the banister, and he's looking out into the woods. And he looks like he has been crying.
I'm gonna guess I'll I'll walk up to him.
You know, sometimes you don't know everything that's going on, man.
Sometimes I don't. I don't know really what to say. Sorry I caused a scene.
This whole thing's my fault.
Why do you say that?
He turns to you, and the moonlight reflects off of the tears that are streaming down his face. That was my fucking junk that he took.
Oh.
It's my fault that he found them.
Did you tell anyone?
No, man. I don't even know why I'm fucking telling you. For some reason, I feel like you might be the only one who could possibly understand what's happening. I'm not trying to like absolve myself by having this gathering. I needed to feel something other than that, like I caused this. Didn't fucking put the needle in his arm or anything, but I might as well have. My fucking shit.
You made the decision, man. You know, Paul was pretty I don't know. I think he wouldn't I think he wanted to be somebody else. So,
Well, he doesn't have that chance now. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for coming. I know that isn't your thing, man, but he saw something in you.
maybe once.
No, he didn't care what you were. He says the what you were in a very telling way.
Yeah. Say. What do you mean?
We're from an old bloodline, and we have a gift. The gift is more of a curse. We have empathy in the bloodline, and he would know something about somebody just by being around them. They didn't have to say anything, and he knew when people were hurt or damaged or broken, and he would reach out and he would try to fucking be there for them. And he saw something in you. He knew that you were better than starting fights over celebrations of life.
Yeah. Well, sit there for a moment and just like don't know really what to say, so I just kind of go quiet.
Yeah.
I say eventually, is this helping? being here out in the woods.
No. I wanted it to, and it's not. How are you doing? I know you're a tough guy and this shit doesn't get to you, but how are you?
Not that tough. I'm all right. You know, he's an old friend of mine. Bit too friendly for his own good. But we hadn't been close in a long time. So, I don't know why I'm here, really. But, you know, miss him.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway,
You want to just sit here for a minute?
yeah, sure.
He sits there on the steps looking out into the water like he has been most of the evening, but you feel he feels softer somehow. He doesn't feel as distant.
Okay.
In the moment. Meanwhile, back in the house, Nine, what are you doing now that after Siler left and everyone kind of acknowledged you? And did you drink when everybody else drank?
I didn't.
Okay.
Unless someone said, "Are you going to drink?"
Anybody? No?
If everybody else did and she was the only one that didn't, did everybody else drink?
Yeah, everyone else drank.
Nope.
You didn't drink?
Yes,
Okay.
Evelyn did. No, Evelyn.
Oh,
did.
okay. All right.
She's probably one of the first to knock her shot back.
Okay. And Parker didn't seem to notice that she didn't drink, and he's turned around and starting to pour more glasses. So.
She becomes pale again, less vivid, and kind of just almost drifts to the spot that Silas was standing in and kind of leans her back against the wall and just stands there awkwardly, like looking at the rim of her glass.
And do you need another?
Me? I can get you more. The food's done. I can get you something.
Do you
If you
need
need it.
another drink?
Sure, I guess.
Alright.
Nine, girl, where was that fire like 5 seconds ago? That was awesome.
I I don't know. No one should disrespect Paul. We're obviously all here because we love him in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Go ahead.
I think it's a good idea if we all share some stories.
I don't know if I have
Why don't
anything
you start,
interesting to
Nine?
say. I don't have anything interesting to say, really.
Oh, there was something about a graveyard and roses before.
That's Silas's to tell. That's not mine. I just procured keys to a lock. That's it. She like awkwardly sets the cup down somewhere. She no longer wants to fiddle with it.
Okay. How much of a secret is that you were interested in him?
She made it no secret on her end.
Okay, so
I think
you
for
know-
like anybody in the school who would have seen the two of you, how how noticeable, I guess, was it to us? Is that what you're asking?
yeah, how noticed me senpai were you?
For the
Actually, why
rest
don't
of
you?
us.
I was gonna say, why don't you guys answer that? Like, they were never ever secret or quiet about how much they liked Paul and how much they were kind of obsessed with him.
Come on, you and Paul were like practically a thing. You've got to have something.
we weren't a thing. He's a good kisser, that's for sure.
Oh, you guys kissed. Was it
Sarah goes,
That's-
ooh.
Really? Tell us
That's-
about it. Come, sit.
Yeah, she, as she's talking, looks more fleshy.
Do you sit on the couch?
I don't move from my, I am
Smart move.
planted firmly on that wall.
Yeah.
The wall and I are not separating at any cost. Well, yeah, we hung out a lot, especially at late nights after all the kids went to bed, after chores were done, homework, errands. He was my quiet.
And you two like sat in your room and did what? Makeout sessions?
Never in my room. It was actually usually we'd come out here. We would making a decision roll. We came out here a lot. I'm drawn to this place. You know, actually, it wasn't until after I met Paul that I really figured out a lot with my life. Well, a lot with myself. Beforehand, I was just kind of running like a stone tape. Get up, go to school, take care of the younger siblings, get home, do homework, do chores, do athletics, do homework, and then Paul, he made me realize some things.
Jessica speaks up and she's like, he kind of had that effect on people, I think.
Yeah, he did. I mean, they weren't nice things that he made me realize, but it is what it is. I mean, you kind of have to know your bad parts to make your good parts shine, right?
Kirk comes and hands you a shot and then is passing them out.
Literally from up here, as soon as he turns, she's gonna like dump the shot into the other cup.
Okay.
And just hold the empty shot glass.
Okay. I assume you're doing this when nobody's really paying as much attention.
Uh-huh.
Evelyn hasn't taken her eyes off of you. So unless it's like when Parker walks in front, which is totally fine.
You might have seen her do that.
She's
it's-
very focused on you.
Yeah, it is literally one of those like long pores, like almost into a plant, where you're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, totally.
Mm.
Pretty much 100%. Anytime you and her meet gaze, her cheeks become very, very flushed, and she does give a more feminine look to her than she was before. Beforehand, I would say very andro. Now she's very feminine.
If you catch Evelyn's eyes, she has very deep eyes, very welcoming and very the kind of eyes that encourage you to open up. Very interested, very focused, but not in a pressing, demanding kind of way.
She gives you a very shy. So the project was the first time you met Paul, right?
Project.
I mean, I ended up doing the majority of the work because you had tests to study for, and Paul didn't give a shit. So it was for, I think, it was for
Oh, sociology.
yeah, that.
Yeah, let's go with that. That was the first time I met Paul. That's the first time I really got to know Paul. And it wasn't, I didn't get to spend as much time with him as I would have liked. Hearing you talk about him, hearing you two talk about him, and she points to Jessica and Sarah. I feel like I really missed out on a really great person.
He was wonderful.
Jessica agrees. Yeah. Sarah starts to cry a little bit, but not. She isn't like weeping and wailing openly, but she's softly crying.
You two are going to keep the club going, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Good. I think that's a good way to keep his memory in the school.
Best that we can do.
What about you, Anders? How did you know Paul?
I met him through being a track athlete. We had a few, challenge me to a race. I'm not 100% sure why I was invited here, to be honest. I knew him, but I didn't know him that well.
Knew him better than I did.
Yeah. But I mean, he will be missed.
Parker holds up his glass. He will be missed.
And Evelyn doesn't say anything, but she lifts up her shot glass.
I'm gonna go check on Silas. I think I owe him an apology.
Oh, you
so
do
don't.
don't.
Sorry.
She's gonna fade back. They're gonna become a little bit more andro again, maybe a little bit more boyish, as they kind of get off the wall and are gonna kind of, as soon as you guys say that, walk past you and almost like completely transparent as
You're
they're
gonna shrink
walking.
heavily.
Yeah. As they're walking to the front door.
Okay. Where Parker is standing, holding his glass and does the shot, there's the pictures behind him of Paul that are just kind of staring out happily at everyone. You step out onto the porch, and the two boys are sitting there quietly.
That's Silas.
Look over to 9.
I owe you an apology.
You don't.
I do. It was a dick move.
So is what I did.
I mean, you're right. I did creepily stare over you while you were passed out drunk in the
Andrew
closet.
stands up. I'm gonna give you guys some space.
You know, okay. You don't have to leave.
you
Dinner's
can stay.
ready.
Why don't you stay?
Yeah,
He
don't
sits
leave
down.
me.
Don't make this awkward. Don't make this awkward.
Don't leave me. It was a dick move, and I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for what I said, but it's not the time or place to bring that up. Nor was it fair.
Right. Yeah. It's all right. I shouldn't have said what I said either. Just
Yeah, no, that was pretty dickish of you. Not gonna lie.
just missed her.
Yeah. He got me in a way that most don't.
Seeing
know
you
he-
two together could actually make me smile.
No. No. That's
Anyway.
You're cute when you smile, by the way.
Thanks.
Dark and broody looks good on you, but the smile is a close second. Anyway, food is ready. If you guys are hungry, I can bring you guys bowls, or I can whatever you need.
You should try to smile a little more too. Looks nice.
Thanks. Mhm. She
I go, whoo!
she, from what they're wearing, actually pulls out the drink that you didn't take beforehand.
Okay.
Here, you want it? It's not opened.
How did you know I like Fanta Cola?
You're just like talking about it. I observe things.
Huh.
Sometimes it's nice to just listen.
Yeah. Thanks.
People watching isn't too terrible either.
Take the drink.
9 goes back inside and kind of beelines to the kitchen.
Before you go back inside, though, what are you guys up to? Jessica and Sarah are kind of over in the sitting area, the patio area, the breakfast nook, as I already described it. Leaving you guys on the couch by the fireplace.
So I have an idea, and I'm gonna see if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
Eve. So we both say the exact same thing, almost, right? So do we do the whole turn and look at each other
You guys have that
at
cute
that as
moment.
well?
I think Eve would, and then in the very
Okay.
kind of awkward teen moment, fix her hair that she's not
Was
out
gonna-
of place.
Oh my, this is so weird. I was gonna take a stray piece of hair and put it where it goes.
So she moves to do that,
She
but you're
goes-
already
yeah,
do
and
it.
then you're already there, and she just goes red.
I feel like this is a turn someone on roll.
Oh, yes, it
Oh.
is.
For who?
Either, really. I don't know.
Well, I made the move.
All right, we'll
Go
say
for
it's
it.
for you. I don't know what it is about celebrations of life, but
Ooh, 11.
Ooh.
all right.
Yeah.
So you do real well.
Mhm.
On a 10 and up, gain a string on that person, and choose a reaction below. And Jess, you're the one who gets to choose this. You can
Okay.
either give yourself to them. I think you know what that means. Promise something you think that they want, or get embarrassed and awkward.
I think she was already getting embarrassed and
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah, like that was her trajectory already. Which for someone who's very meticulous and seems to be very on top of her surroundings is very odd to see from her. To get
Oh.
flustered and just
I'm gonna put the hair back and then caress the side of the face down to the chin and give a wink, and then go get a drink.
she's like a puddle on the couch. She doesn't know what to do. She's a
Damn.
red-faced puddle.
All right.
Damn.
So what's the string?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't get a string.
No,
Yeah,
you
you
do get a
do.
string.
I do get a.
You
Okay.
get a string. Yeah.
I feel like it's a shared moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
One
Your
hundo.
cutesy face touching.
Oh, damn power couple.
You
Power
know,
couple. That's not a couple. Yeah.
You know that
Yeah.
she has a thing for hair being brushed behind her ears.
Right?
And he
There-
has a
there you
thing
go.
for brushing hair behind ears.
You've
Hey.
discovered a kink. Ba-ding!
You've been unlocked.
Anders will remember this.
QTE.
Right.
QTE brushing the hair behind the ear. Accidentally poke him in the eye if you miss it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
she's awkward on the couch. Yep. Nothing else exists right now.
Okay, as you are crossing across the living room, Anders, that is when 9 opens the door.
I was gonna make food to give everyone food. It's ready. I can.
You look over, and Sarah, Jessica, and Parker all have bowls of chili and bread that they're dipping in the chili.
I hate you so much.
And you have to say it in that order.
You
I
do.
mean,
Yep.
You have to.
That's the age, so. And if you do it by last name, they're right next to each other.
As long as one of them isn't a secretly a horse girl, I think we're good to go.
Really long face.
Yeah, they're gonna beeline it to the kitchen
Okay.
to help ladle bowls for everyone else.
Okay. Even if they didn't ask for chili, you're gonna.
Yep, one hundo.
Okay.
Refill Sarah, Jessica, and Parker's bowls.
Okay. Anders, what are you up to?
Probably come back with chili
Okay.
for both of us and a regular beverage this time,
Okay.
not alcohol.
Right. Evelyn, you are handed a bowl of chili. Romantically.
Thank you. She does not know what to do with this. I think she just holds it awkwardly.
In her lap.
It's like too hot, but you're still just like holding it.
Yeah, like she's
Also
trying to,
dumps
yeah.
it into the cup.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot your spoon. My bad.
You get up to get.
It's okay.
I meet Anders halfway. You guys forgot spoons.
These are all such people pleasers.
Not me.
I
And then there's Silas.
right. You're the Raphael of the team. It's okay.
It's true.
Plus, I mean, you have the red background.
It's
And
true.
nobody else does.
It's true.
Mhm.
It's okay. I have Master Splinter.
It's true.
You do.
All right.
I'm gonna
I
bring
think
these
at this
guys
point
back.
I'll come back inside,
Okay.
mutter something about being sorry, but it's not really like loud or incredibly sincere. Maybe
Or even an apology, really.
say sorry. Go to the kitchen or something.
Okay. 9 is in the kitchen when you come in.
Okay.
Like, turn.
I don't think we should just all sit around in this living room this whole time. Why don't we like go do something interesting? This is pretty boring.
Yeah. I
Just because, like, yeah, the woods.
Well, there's the lake right there.
yeah. That is a lake.
Right? I think there's a boat out there, or there's a dock anyway.
Andrew's like, yeah, there's still a boat in the boathouse, yeah.
All right. Yeah, why don't we go swimming or something?
I'm in. I'll go swimming.
Okay.
I think people are
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go.
starting to side with you.
Okay.
Sarah goes to her room when you guys decide to do this.
Okay. Cool.
Is everybody else kind of following, or some of you staying at the house to eat chili?
Well, I'm going to finish eating first.
All right.
I'm going to actually go out the door to go swimming.
Okay.
I did not bring a bathing suit.
Evelyn's gonna go to her room to change.
Okay. You brought a bathing suit.
Of course she did.
Yeah, why wouldn't
I
you?
was like, she's packed
It's
perfectly. I'm
Evelyn.
like, there's one that's got to have the.
Lake in March. Yeah, I got a bathing suit.
I'll
Of
wait.
course she
I'll
does.
I'll wait for more than just 9 to join.
Okay.
So if I need to wait for like people to finish up whatever they're doing, I'll just wait at the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Parker comes out. Like, good idea, man.
Yep.
He starts heading down towards near the water. There's a fire pit, and he's making an outdoor fire there, so that when you guys get out, you will have some warmth.
Okay.
All right. So I assume you finish your chili, Anders.
Yep.
At some point. I don't know which would be faster, putting on a bathing suit or finishing chili.
I don't have. Oh.
Depends on how fast Anders eats.
And how complicated the bathing suit.
She's gonna make sure she looks really good before she leaves.
All right, so the chili's done first.
Yeah, I didn't bring any, so I'm just going in.
Okay.
All right.
Brown underpants.
And then Evelyn, you're eventually following.
Yeah, she's
Did you do makeup to go swimming? You said that you're making sure that you look perfect, so.
I mean, she already had makeup on, so she would have touched anything up, but it's fine. She's wearing a bikini, but you can't see the bottoms because she's got a wrap on. She's got flip flops, and she's got like a sweater, just like a short sweater that covers the arms.
Okay.
It's like a whole outfit. It's not just a bathing suit
Right.
because it's
A
Evelyn.
bathing costume.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I will go down to the lake and take pictures of people as
Okay.
they start heading into the water.
Where is Silas taking these pictures?
Openly.
This time.
You're kind of near the fire or closer to the boathouse. I assume that there's a space between the two.
Yeah, at the docks, wherever that is.
Okay.
I'll take
Over by the
picture.
boathouse.
Yeah, I'll take pictures of the Anders, or not Anders, Parker making the fire out there.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
No. Evelyn would be concerned, but given your recent shift in photography, she's just going to make sure that she looks as picture perfect as possible to detract from your gaze.
Okay. To detract from my gaze, so I don't look at you.
Yeah, where you're like, oh no, that's too nice, it's too pretty. That's not, no.
Okay.
If she perceives your art as ugly, beautiful, she's gonna be beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, she perceives his to be like dark, beautiful, so she's going to do everything to be like hot, beautiful.
When she starts posing like that, I am going to very deliberately start taking photos of her specifically.
Okay.
Giving her a smoldering stare. I'm going to try to turn her on while I take the pictures.
Okay.
All right.
Man.
Goodness.
Me next. I'm totally gonna turn that on next.
Do it.
Everybody's turning on Evelyn.
I am probably going to fail this, but here we
I
go.
have faith in you.
Oh,
You'll do better than me, which
that's
is
a
hilarious.
9.
Ooh.
No, it's
Okay.
not bad.
You can either give a string or give one of the reactions. So which would you prefer? She will do the reaction. She'll choose the reaction, but I actually suppose she chooses actually the whole thing.
You know what?
can choose
I'm
one of
going
the
to
actions.
say that she promises something she thinks he wants and poses a little more promiscuously, and I'm going to try to turn him on in response.
Ooh. Counter turn on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sure.
I'm in.
He activated her trap card.
We will
No.
see. I have not been rolling great. 8.
Same.
Yeah,
Same
that's
thing.
the same
So
thing.
you either I give you a string or you choose
Or you choose.
You
one of the items
choose.
unless-
I choose one of the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will. He's a young man, and that you're a very attractive girl. I will give
She
myself
is.
to you. So,
Okay.
I mean, obviously, not right here or now, but
No.
he's very
As they're like 10 feet apart from each other now.
he's very surprised by his reaction here because you're really not his type. He was just trying to toy with you, but obviously it's come back upon him, and he is like, "Oh shit, she's into it," and so he's like gives that look and like makes darty eyes like off and away. You know, yeah.
The head tilt.
She'll wait a bit and then head in the direction.
Oh, he's gonna go off that direction eventually.
All right. So, what are the rest of the swimmers up to? It's a metaphor.
He railed entirely. It's like, this was not the plan we were expecting to go. It's like, well, that's where we are now.
When you're playing Monsterhearts, this is kind of what it's a kissy game, so there will be kissing.
There's kissing in this game?
A little bit. There's
So
One of the first pictures is of kissing.
I know, I saw that.
So DM,
Uh-huh.
being
MC.
that this is MC. Um, since this is a familiar lake,
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
and they're just gonna jump right in because they're a swimmer. It's what they do. It's gonna bring up some really really harsh feelings,
Okay.
and yeah, definitely like uncontrolled crying while in the water, so no one can see tears. And as they come up, I think for air, they're gonna watch Silas go off in the direction that Evelyn went off in.
You want to give me a darkness roll?
I do. um Phew.
Bless you.
Phew. Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I got a 4, and that includes the dark.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Ouch.
Not so good.
No.
Okay. So tell us about giving into your darkness, because this is playing on your previous traumas. So
Well, I'm definitely gonna get traumatized. He said, picture, the wailing. Anyone who's played like Dead by Daylight or has played any form of horror game recently, it's gonna be kind of like the banshee wailing, crying, basically emitting from the lake. Not really in any direction, but just kind of that somber wave over everything. And she is, they're gone.
So a sad, tearful wailing is kind of on the wind. A feeling of heaviness, of sorrow and loneliness seems to be emanating from the. How's everyone reacting to this?
Probably gonna get out of the lake and go to the fire.
Okay.
By that I mean I'm gonna get out of the lake and go to the fire.
So
That
you
was a
plan-
metaphor for me going to getting out of the lake and going to the fire.
Plus it's cold.
It's very cold. So very Irish thing going on right now.
Yeah, very Irish banshee.
Which is one of the playbooks that's in the extended characters, actually. It seems like Parker is drawn to the water. The wailing is causing him to feel like he needs to be there. Because he was currently out after he started the fire. He's just kind of been sitting there in his boxers and hasn't really gotten into the water, but he kind of stands up and starts heading towards the water. You two headed into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How does this resolve?
You're a little ahead, so what are you doing?
She would just go as far in as she could to block view from anybody else and wait for Silas.
Okay. Comes up. Eventually, passes a look over his shoulder and says, I thought you were with Anders. Moving closer.
No.
He places his hand on her belly and pushes her back against a tree.
She lets him take the lead, and I think in conjunction, like in opposition where Anders made her feel very awkward and uncertain, Silas is a lot easier for her to deal with. And then on top of this wailing that's going on that need to have a connection that she can actually grasp, she's just going to let him take the lead.
Okay. So yeah, he, pushes her against the tree, puts his mouth to her ear, and he says, "You don't know me very well. I could be a monster."
So could I.
It's fair. He's gonna start kissing her ear. We can fade to black if we'd like.
Yeah, he was like, let's go to the end, and you start at the beginning. I was like, okay, I
was playing chicken. Do tell. No, okay. So, you guys, how far does it go?
Okay, so, I mean, I guess I'd go all the way, I'm a young man, and you just made sexy poses to me.
Yeah.
In a skimpy outfit.
So
Evelyn,
there's
how far are
like,
you willing to go?
there's no
It's true.
boundary he's got.
I think given that Anders had turned her on and set her in this really high
Emotion.
emotional state, accompanied by this wailing sound, I think she's a little shocked still, and is going to enjoy that intention to its fullest. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I didn't think this would come up, but each of your characters have a sex move, so let's
Yeah, I know.
let's explore the sex moves.
I like how you said you didn't think this would come up.
It's a kissy game, and I know it, but
My sex move is I have a new hunger. So I think my hunger is going to be really, really pretty girls.
okay. We have hydrate, by the way. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Or do I have to
She
pick
could
one
tell
from?
how thirsty
Because
we were.
yes.
Or do I have to
We're
pick one
all
from the
thirsty.
hunger list?
You don't actually. So your hunger just has to be something that you need in your life. It has to be a driving force.
Okay. Well, actually, that might be a little too obvious then.
Yes, Jesse.
Let me
This
think about
book
that.
is a hand holding and ice cream sort of role play.
Oh, I didn't even.
Thank you
There's
for
a-
the
a
surprise.
This is a
Yeah,
very
Fred
dark
Savage.
story.
I gave the dark story reference.
We're all monsters. Although speaking of, Evelyn's sex move is after sex, she can take a sympathetic token from them. They know about it, and it's cool.
From me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh,
You're gonna give her something that means something to you.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Princess Buttercup.
So it's cool.
Mhm.
I almost think it should be a picture that he carries around with him. Maybe.
Picture of Silas or Paul and
How about I take a picture while we're in the middle of it, and that's what I give
I think
you.
a sympathetic token has to be something that's important to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you gained a new hunger from this, so
That is true. It's not a Polaroid, is it?
No, it's not a Polaroid, but I do have one of the printers. So
Okay.
Of course he does.
So it's like a, yeah, it's
similar to an
like
Instamatic then.
it's like a Polaroid. No, that wouldn't be that important to me. I think what I'm gonna give you is a picture of Paul's dead body.
Okay.
that I carry around with me. That's the only real thing I can think of that has any meaning to him.
Why is this important to you?
One of the first people I watched, well, he's the only person I've watched die, and he's a close friend, and I could have, I imagine we're like laying out there in the woods now.
Yeah.
And I probably could have stopped something, but I just liked to watch the fear of death consume him. So I took a picture.
You were there.
I was there.
Does anyone know? She's just gonna wipe like one of the tears from his eyes.
Just you. He can take a string.
I'll keep your secret, Silas.
Thanks.
What was it like?
It's delicious.
It's just gonna be quiet. It's just kind of lays with him, processing everything in that meticulous, organized brain of hers where things go into boxes, and this is a new file folder under Silas.
Anders, what are you up to?
Warming up by the fire.
Okay.
Is
Are
there
you
anybody else getting out?
Who was it? Was it Sarah or Jessica that's down there?
Yes,
Jessica.
because Sarah went to her room.
Ah, yes. Jessica she got out of the water and she's sitting by the fire and she can't seem to get warm. Parker is headed into the water.
Hey,
Karl,
thank you for the
Thank you for
bits,
the
Car
cheer.
Mom. Thank you so much.
You all right?
It's just really cold now, you know?
Yeah. Get over here.
It comes a little bit closer too.
Put my arm around her.
That sounds like a turn on.
Damn it.
You're gonna be rolling that.
Just being nice.
Uh-huh.
Just being nice.
Now the floodgates of the handhold.
I know. What did you do?
Oh, the hand holding.
It's all Jessica. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know, she started this.
Yep.
Oh, the hand holding.
I tried to fix my hair. That's all I tried to do.
It was
How
all
dare you.
downhill from there.
I was just referring to that everybody has strings on you.
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
that
don't.
too.
I don't.
I'm surprised.
And
I am
that.
too a little bit.
Oh, 14.
Oh shit!
The highest roll you can get.
All right. She leans in and cuddles against you as you put your arm around her.
What is she wearing?
She's wearing a bra and panties.
Oh,
Matching.
Jesus Christ.
Black.
I mean, I have to go with what Chris said.
What?
I'm young.
No.
Definitely interested.
All right.
So I'll start rubbing her body to warm her up.
Oh yeah. She seems very receptive of this.
Yeah, I'll start after a while. If it gets more receptive, I'll move into more zones and kiss the neck.
How far do you go?
I'm not gonna say no. I'm fake.
Neither is she. All right.
I am the only one who doesn't get laid.
Hey, Parker's headed to the lake. Don't cut yourself short yet.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
I am going to
You're
drown that
experiencing
mother.
severe trauma.
He is going to die. He's going to drown.
Maybe he'll get some sexy time before, like
Yeah,
during the
do
process.
both.
It'll be a
Just
happy
do
death.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
multitask. You're
so
good at that.
like a one of those massages where the end result is for a happy end.
Right.
All right.
Something like that.
Feel
And then
that.
you has a baby.
So instead of attractive girls, I'm gonna do something a little bit more interesting for the hungrier guy. I think I'm gonna choose skin because she was showing quite a lot of skin, so that's what he hungers after.
He's a
Okay.
voyeur.
That will
Which
be really
is
interesting.
super fucking
Yep.
creepy.
Yep.
I like it. Bless you.
My sex move is when you lie naked with another, you can ask them for a promise. If they refuse, take 2 strings on them.
Okay. What promise would you like to ask?
That's a good question.
Right.
What would I care with Jessica?
It's always nice to have favors from people, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just gonna throw this out here. Maybe you need to get back at me though. Because since I've got here, I have slapped the drink out of your hand. I took the girl that you're kind of sort of seeing.
I don't know that though.
Nope.
It's true.
True.
But the other piece is I actually almost fought you right straight there.
Oh yeah. Well
I
then.
almost hit you.
Well then.
But I
There
was
you go.
like, we're at a remembrance for some other person, and I'm not an angry person, so I'm not gonna do that. But
Oh, hydrate.
Thank you for the hydrate.
I actually have to go get a drink, so I'll be like.
I have
actually,
to go get a drink as
I was
well.
thinking,
actually.
can we take a short break?
Let's take a short, 5 minutes.
5 minutes
5
at
minutes?
most. Yeah.
All right.
We'll be right back, guys. Sorry about the break.
See you in a little bit.
Yep.
And we're back.
Welcome,
Hello,
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for sticking around.
Giving us moments to get
Yes.
drinks.
Ease.
We will now start by hydrating and then resolve the sex move that
Where
occurred at
so where are we on our donations for Trevor Project right now?
Let's see.
Let me double check.
250 still.
Excellent.
All right.
You know, for $50 more, you can save one of these people.
Probably die.
Yeah.
In the arms of Renee.
We don't have the rights to that. Sarah
My
McLachlan
computer
will come
just-
down on us.
Yeah, from
My,
from heaven.
My computer just asked me if I wanted to play music.
Right, so what is your sex move do? What
I
does
would
your
like
sex
to. I would like to. Just promise me you'll never hurt me.
Oh. I won't hurt you.
It's incredibly sad.
Gotta stay true.
Don't worry.
Hashtag always.
You'll always be safe. The sex move that's done to you is
She's
when
a
they
thing.
have sex with you, a dark power loses its string on the person, on her, and you gain a string with a dark entity.
Oh, it transferred.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, no. He gains the string?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you have a string on some dark entity? Interesting. What's the string? Sorry.
No, is
He,
it the
he
dark
has an infernal
entity
contract.
has the string on him?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
You're-
it's
You're now in a pact.
you gain
Oh.
a string on somebody. That usually means you get the string.
No, the dark entity gains a string on whoever they had sex with. So,
Okay, there you go. Okay,
Mhm.
I
understand.
as soon as they say that you'll always be safe, you hear a voice in your ear. You're one of us now.
One of us.
Ooh.
One of us.
Am I thinking it or am I
Yeah,
saying
this
it?
is. That's up to you if you're saying it out loud. But
I'm saying it out loud.
Okay. You're part of the family.
Kind of
My
like a whisper.
infernal family.
You're the part of
It's just gotten bigger.
I'm gonna look over at Jessica.
He's laying there looking at you happily.
What just happened?
Don't worry, you'll be okay.
Eh?
You'll like being part of the family. Oh my goodness, Carmom, you've been traveling since 3 a.m. Yes,
Yeah.
please get some
Yeah,
sleep. Thank you for
go.
Get some
joining us.
sleep. Thank you for coming in.
Good night. Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yes, Thank you. There we go.
All right, so the Dark Lord Belphegor is good. He helps. For all our podcast listeners, everybody has a quizzical look on their face for the moment.
Help with what?
Gives you ideas.
Well, I can think of another idea right now.
Oh,
Going for it again.
good. I agree. In the meantime, while this is occurring, Parker is now about waist deep in the water, and his body doesn't start to gain buoyance, and he keeps trudging forward. After a little bit of time, he gets about neck deep, and still continues forward. 9, you are feeling.
Excuse me,
Bless you.
sorry.
You're feeling a warmth in your cold body, of devotion and of comfort.
I want to wrap around it. I want to engulf it. I need it. I need to feel warm. I'm sick of feeling cold and lonely. I want to be a cowboy.
That
Sorry.
your existence is darkness. It is a void of sadness and sorrow. And the warmth is there and it's starting to make you feel a little bit better, but the more you engulf it, the more you feel it losing its warmth and becoming like you. And at the last moment, right as it's about to burn out entirely, he's pulled from the water, and a new presence is felt. You hear in words that feel a lot like Paul's words, but different somehow. You hear, "You're not alone. People know that you're here."
If they knew I'm here, why didn't anyone look for me? Why was there never a missing persons report? Why didn't my family care? No one sees me. I'm just a number. I am 9, the 9th, the eldest sibling. I'm nothing but darkness, and I beg, I pray, I stare at people and hope that they'll see me, but all they see is darkness and beyond me.
I don't see darkness in you. I know that where you came from is a bad place, and I know that you were loved. I know your parents weren't always there for you, and now you can feel Andrew's body slowly entering the water from the edge of the dock.
I'm gonna,
I,
same as before, grip onto that warmth.
he doesn't fight against you at all. I know that no missing child report was given. I know that you feel like that's because they didn't love you. They did love you. Assumed you were okay because you could always take care of yourself.
But I can't. I was 9. I was 9. I was 9 when I died. I slipped. I fell. And no one was here. Paul told me I was here. Paul said he would never leave me, and he did.
I don't think any of us expected what happened.
I was there for 10 minutes.
You mean you were there for 10 minutes?
I was there for 10 minutes. I watched him take the junk. I watched him for 10 minutes stop breathing. And then I left because I didn't want to be involved anymore. I wanted someone else to feel it. And now that he felt it and he's gone, and now I have nothing left, and all I did was hurt the one person who got close enough to see Nina.
I don't think that Paul would have wanted you to feel like this is your fault. He loved you.
He had a really funny way of showing it. My grip loosens.
Okay. He still sinks into you.
I want to be seen for who I am.
That's all anybody wants. Like, that's what he wanted.
I want to be me.
And you deserve to be you. You deserve to be happy.
My grip lessens more.
Let me take some of the weight off of your shoulders.
The world is so heavy.
The reason that Paul did what he did. because it was too heavy.
She's gonna start gaining form again. Ethereal at first, and then more solid. The more she kind of is allowed to feel like Nina.
Okay. Give me a darkness roll.
Then
Okay. Andrew's hands reach out and touch you there in the water. And he pulls you up onto the dock next to Parker.
I let out a soft, almost like cry out in pain, like just kind of a deep cry out before reaching into Andrew's embrace and feeling the warmth.
Sorry, that was real heavy. I needed a moment to breathe out.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
That was great.
That's
That's a
good.
great scene.
Good scene.
I'm gonna move time forward.
Okay.
It's now sunrise the next morning. Many of you are still where you found yourselves using your sex moves.
Wait, I use my sex move on Evelyn.
Yes.
Okay, roll it. No.
Wait, we can all have group sex.
Right?
There we go.
We'll do an it ending.
Yeah.
The book.
Yeah.
The book, not the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So as the sun's rising, what were you and Andrew doing? I assume you just sat together and he comforted you.
Yeah.
He was using his empathetic link as a psychic to kind of take some of that sadness from you into himself during that conversation.
I figured.
So that you're aware. As the sun rises, he goes, maybe it's time for some breakfast.
Do you think you can manage making that?
Yeah.
By yourself?
I'll make you breakfast.
Aw.
Aww.
And I think, honestly, this is where we should end it. Like, I want to tell more story because I'm enjoying playing with you guys, but logically, I feel like the story has come to
That
an
just means we need to
end.
do another charity stream together.
I agree. Return to these characters and their twisted, sordid lives. Does anybody want to do a aftermath with their character? How it all turns out. That last week of school back before the school year ends.
Become part of the Dark Brotherhood. Maybe.
You do become part of the Dark.
Teen pregnancy. What?
Oh.
Lots of teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of life. The Dark Brotherhood takes you in. You have lots of friends, and the friends all seem to owe you favors. It's everything you've always wanted. Real weird, though.
It's gonna be really problematic to a Fae who needs to be balanced. Which means if they f me over,
Yeah.
I have to balance it.
And what that looks like on the outside is your character starts to make a lot of new friends.
Cool.
Evelyn,
Yeah.
tell me about your last week.
Her last week is spent awkwardly, perhaps a little jealously, of Anders having all these new friends and new attentions. While simultaneously kind of avoiding, but not.
Silas.
No, like Anders actually.
Oh.
No, Silas, I think if he would have been receptive to it, there would have been more of a conversation about the dark aspects of life, or the flip side of it, and what she finds so alluring in his pictures. And when he spoke of like it was delicious, like fear being delicious, she'd be more interested in that. But of course, freaking out about her grades, freaking out about her mom ever finding out, like she definitely bought like Plan B pill like next day, like freaking out.
Right
Because that
back
would
to type
ruin
A.
the whole like 10-year plan that the parents have going. It's just not gonna work. So freaking out about grades and everything else. A ball of stress and uncertainty for someone who's generally very on top of things. This one weekend has really fucked up her world.
All right. Tyler, what about you? What have you been up to
Tyler.
last week?
I'm not sure. I guess in exchange, he'd want to know about what the hell the pendulum thing was.
Do you let him in?
She would, under the understanding that he could never take that picture back. Yeah, actually no, she would tell him about the pendulum and how she can peer into the abyss. Yeah, she'd start there.
Okay.
If it got further into witchcraft, she would only open up if he promised never to attempt to take that photo back, which has of course been safely like stowed in one of those like folded like picture frames so that nothing ever happens to it. There's a little piece of red string tucked on the other side.
Okay.
Nice.
Just in case.
I don't know that he'd know much about witchcraft, but you might say something after, at some point, I'm sure he remembers every detail of his death. And his death included, after a car accident, he was dragged out of his car to seemingly safety, though he's in very bad condition, and instead was brought to a dark altar in the middle of the woods and sacrificed.
He does not remember how he got to be alive again, but he definitely remembers being sacrificed.
I like that it went
part of
from
the dark
Evelyn
power?
and Anders started as power couple, and now it's like Silas and Evelyn have like this goth like witch thing going, like side story. Like, wait, what? Tell me
Pretty
about
awesome.
this. Where was this? Let's go explore.
Yeah,
That's how they spend their summer, exploring this dark altar.
I think that sounds great.
Right?
Cool.
Pengi, how do you spend your last week?
They spend their last week initially making promises to drop half of their activities, but never really following through with that. But talking more and more with Andrew to get better coping skills for the loss. Actually reaching out and talking to someone other than just kind of like bottling it up. As a sorry, may I take control of Andrew real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I guess as a sentiment to 9, he creates a missing poster, draws out a missing poster for them, and kind of last day of school hands it to them, or like puts it on their locker. And it's a very, very simple, like, have you seen this person? Call. And for the first time in a long time, just like the night that Paul kissed Nine, she's actually solid.
Cool.
And I think that's where we fade to black on that.
All right.
Pengi,
that's
I
great.
want to thank you so much for joining us. That was amazing.
Awesome to
being
have you
here.
Oh, this was awesome. I love role playing. I think it's a great way to express emotions and actually work through things. If you're, dealing with something, it's a great way to kind of circumvent, like, oh, I'm not having these emotions. This character is having these emotions.
Right.
So it was absolutely fun. I had a blast. Thank you so much. And I, would love to do this again if you guys
We should do it
want
again
to.
at some point.
I'm sure we'll do another team up. I want to thank the audience, both your audience
Yes,
and ours.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
came up.
thank you.
We hit our original goal of $250 for the Trevor Project, which is
Yay.
amazing. Thank you guys so much. And yeah.
Do we get
thanks
to
for being
know
here with
what
us.
you had planned?
Yeah, what
Or
the
is that
secret
like,
was.
are you gonna, okay, I was just curious.
That's something
Oh.
we're gonna
It was
save.
worth asking.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I might eventually reveal it, but not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Well, yeah, let's switch to our ending scene. Give our
patrons.
Patreons a proper
Thank you.
honor.
Thank you guys for
And
being
then,
here on off stream day.
yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll be
Yeah,
back
thanks
on
for
our
popping
our
in.
regular schedule.
Yeah.
Pengi, you want to do you have anything you'd like to plug? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I play games on Saturday, sometimes Sunday. Usually those are group games, but Wednesday is my huge focus. I focus on mental health and all around good vibes. And basically, I'm just trying to help break that stigma that mental health isn't something you should be quiet about. It's okay to not be okay, but there's no prize in suffering in silence. So that's where I'm at. Check me out if you want.
Cool.
Because,
Awesome.
also I have a Patreon.
Oh.
If you want to do a one-on-one visit, I can do that.
all right.
Very
Thank
cool.
you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Love you and have a great night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Sleep sweet when you do.
Great.